Hey, y'all. Listen, welcome in the building. Okay, did y'all miss me? Did y'all miss me? I'm back. Well, I'm back for a little bit because I'm going away again next Thursday. But for right now, I'm back and we're going to have us a quick trending topics, okay? Listen, hit the like button, people. Hit the like button. I'm back on these streets. Let the people know, share the stream so they know that we're here tonight. Okay, and hit the like button. We got stuff to talk about, and I see some people trying to get backstage. Backstage is packed. The platform is full. It's on and popping. We're going to get it on tonight. Okay, so backstage is packed, but stay out there in the streets. Hit the like button because we got stuff to talk about. Yeah, tonight's trending topic is called the Foolery. The Foolery. And buckle your seatbelts because if y'all want to talk, then don't be here. Because we got to talk tonight. It's the Foolery. Now, if y'all follow me, y'all know that I love Kandi Burruss. Okay? And a lot of y'all was coming at my neck because y'all said I bend myself like a pretzel to take up for her. But if you also know me, y'all know that I tell the truth even if I love you. Because that's how I do. That's what I do. So Kandi Burruss is in these streets, taking up for what's her name, Kenya Moore, and I sat there and listened. I said, whoa. I said, whoa. What in the foolery is going on? She's saying Bravo needs Kenya. She thinks it's wrong that she got suspended. And pretty much, I'm a paraphrase, people need to get over it because it's the name of the game. You don't say, Kandi. You don't say. Because you was hot piping pissed at Phaedra Parks to the point where they couldn't even bring her back to the show with you on the show. So I never understand how people want to say when they get hurt, everybody needs to stop, drop, and listen and acknowledge their pain. But when somebody else is hurt, you want to point at them and say, it ain't that bad. Get over it. Where they do that at? Yeah, she want this girl to get over it. And she want to say that, Kenya Moore would never. People kill me with that, oh, somebody would never. So Bravo suspended her for nothing? You telling this girl to get over nothing? And Kenya did a post today talking about everybody makes mistakes. Hold on, Kenya. I thought you said nothing happened. Are y'all ready to talk? Because we're going to talk about it tonight. And y'all know I love Kandi, but I got to call her and pull her to the carpet. And we got to talk. You can't sit up there and say, oh, this is the name of the game, but it wasn't the name of the game when Phaedra did it to you. Because you still pissed over that. You, your mama, your auntie, everybody in your family. And probably if you pass Phaedra in the Atlanta streets, you will be pissed. But this Britney girl, you like, oh, it was readily available online. Okay, in what? In what? Do y'all not know the definition of laws? Come on, Felicia. I appreciate that. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, whoa. Pot me kettle. Yeah, hello, Kandi. Hello, Kandi. Yeah. She was like, it ain't right. Let me tell you something this too. I don't care how good you are on the job. Everybody's replaceable. Now, they may catch a little pain and they may hurt a little bit in your absence, but everybody's replaceable. People was 10 toes down that RHOA would not live on without Nene Leakes. And here we are. Did it live on without her? You can say what you want to say about the ratings, but I'm asking you, did the Real Housewives of Atlanta live on without Nene Leakes? And yes, it has. Now, Nene Leakes said that Kenya Moore was going to be the downfall of RHOA, and here we are. I'm getting different stories. Some saying the other ladies are taping. Some saying they suspended the whole season. It's a mixed bag of information out there. I miss y'all too. It's a mixed bag of information out there. But I will say this, what is not missed, what is not a mixed bag of information is Kenya Moore's suspension. And people's like, I'm going to wait till Bravo say it. Well, check out her girl, Kandi Burruss, because Kandi Burruss pretty much said it. Yeah, she said it. Y'all got to start reading in between the lines. All of us over here, we're going to level up. Kandi says they need RHOA. What they did to Kenya was wrong, and all of this and all that. So, AKA, that means that Kenya Moore got suspended. She messed up her bag. And then as she messed up her bag, they want to talk about how she owes some back taxes. But we knew there was money issues from Kenya's own mouth because Kenya did a whole live talking about, come support my salon. I'm a single mother. Mark is not giving me any money. That means you're broke. That means just like the rest of us, you depend on your check that you get every week, every 2 weeks or whatever. And you mess that up. You a whole fool if you know that the only check that supports you and your child is your check, and you mess that up, you're a fool. You're a fool. And you know you work for a job. Now, any job can get rid of you at any time. But when you work for a job like a reality show, and you know that they could blink their eye and say they don't need you anymore. Now, I'm also say this before I get into talking about the next story. I also heard that Marlo said so much happened when I was gone. Yeah, she fumbled the bag. So much happened while I was gone. They also said Marlo came out and said pretty much that the reason she wasn't asked back to this season is because Kenya Moore and Portia said they wouldn't film with her. So if you ain't got nobody to film with, then how you going to be on the show? So see, you dug a hole from somebody else, you blocked somebody else's bag, and now your bag is stopped. Ain't that some mess? Come on now, people. Carrie, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. If you're enjoying the show, hit the like button. Yes. Don't be low vibrational. Just saying. Carrie, I appreciate you. Thank you for the super chat. You want to block somebody else's blessing, but then you want to look around and saying, well, where's my blessing? Where they do that at? You cannot be blocking other people's blessings. So y'all didn't want to film with Marlo. And now y'all messed up Sweet 16 season. And see, Bravo thought they was doing the best, right? They thought they was doing the most. They did a whole remix. Oh, we're going to get rid of this one, get rid of that one, keep this one, do this one, do that one. And we're bringing Portia back. And Portia can't film in her Bentley, her Rolls Royce, or whatever that car is. She can't film in the mansion. She can't mention Simon's name. I promise you, if Simon see her with an outfit he purchased for her on, he going to call Bravo again. Simon for the streets. But you know what? That's what Portia get. But we're going to talk about Kandi Burruss tonight. It's called the Foolery. Then let's go on to Justin Timberlake. So I'm sitting back. I saw when I was on vacation. I said, "Oh, he got arrested for DWI, DUI, whatever. Y'all, he was drinking while driving, or he drunk before he drove, whatever. Y'all get it?" And the amount of I'm gonna call it sympathy. If y'all could give me another word, y'all give me another word. The amount of sympathy he got was overwhelming, and I'm sitting here like, wow. So Justin Timberlake. He had allegedly some drinks. He gets behind the wheel. And they said that this cop stopped him before he ended up pulling him over and told him don't drive. So he got a nice little warning. But he decided he was going to drive anyway, allegedly. So he gets this DUI, DWI, whatever. He don't want to take the breathalyzer test. You know the routine, right? So Gayle King comes out and says, he's a nice guy. He made a mistake. Well, when Tiffany Haddish got pulled over, twice. Nobody wants to cut her some slack and say she's a nice girl. She just made a mistake. Let's rally behind her. No. I think it's Como too. He was like, "Oh, why are we making this news that Justin Timberlake got arrested?" Whoa, because you do it to every other celebrity. Now, I'm not saying we shouldn't, rally behind Justin Timberlake, but I'm saying, are y'all kidding me right now? I said, are you kidding me right now? So Justin Timberlake made a mistake, but every other celebrity that got pulled over for DUI, DWI, they got none of this. Justin Timberlake gets pulled over, and we got to rally behind him. Drive him to his AA meetings. Understand that this was his first and only time. And Gail, do you know Justin Timberlake like that? And do you not know your own sister, Tiffany Haddish? You know she was going through it because, what's his name? Common took her through it. Common stayed with her during the pandemic, was in her face, sleeping with her, telling her he loved her. Then as soon as the pandemic was over, he dumped her like a hot potato. And now he with what's his name? Jennifer Hudson, I guess. I don't know what's going on with that relationship. But they showed it on the news. They had footage of Tiffany Haddish getting arrested on the scene. Justin Timberlake, they barely want to put out his mugshot. And when you see he all glassy-eyed and whatnot, and he said he wasn't drinking or he only had one martini. Yeah, we're going to talk about it. The double standards. He's a good guy. Well, why? Is Tiffany Haddish a bad girl? There were some others, the names can't come up to me right away, that got arrested with a DUI. They put their business on First Street, so why not Justin Timberlake? We're going to talk about it. Then we're going to talk about this Atlanta judge. I don't understand these people who will play around with their profession like that. I don't get it. So to go to law school, it takes years. Then you got to pass the bar. And to become a judge is not easy. Then you a black female judge? She out in the streets partying. The judge, out in the streets partying with the regular folks. You know what they said? When you get to a certain level, they said do not mess with somebody that doesn't have as much to use as you do. You fool around with these people, they're working in Target, you a judge, they don't give a darn what goes down and go on. You got more to lose. Are you dumb, stupid, or both? So she gonna talk about she was being a good Samaritan and she was trying to help break up something and she accidentally put her hands on the cops. Girl. Are you crazy? No. If there's a fight in the street, the best I could do to be a good Samaritan is dial 911. That's what I'm going to do. 911. What's your emergency, diva? I'm at a bar and these people are fighting and they hurting each other and I'm scared and I want to just get the police over here now, and I'm going to go get in my car. And I'll film it for you just in case y'all need the footage. Do you want me to film? In case y'all need some footage, I'll film it for you. But I'm not about to go get up in the middle of this. Yeah, they sure did. They put the handcuffs in front of him. He got special treatment. But Tiffany Haddish, she had to put her hands behind her back, and he was physically driving. One of Tiffany Haddish situations, she was in the car at the stoplight just asleep. He was a swerving, flew through a stop sign, and they talking about, well, nobody got hurt. Well, fortunately, nobody got hurt because he got pulled over in time, probably. But back to this judge. She in there tussling, her wig came off. She getting down with the get down at some bar. Talking about she made a mistake and pushed the cop. Well, she ain't make a mistake with her mouth. You wait till you hear the way she was cursing and carrying on. And I'm like, you a whole judge. Girl, you can't be this foolish. Then her lawyer, I don't know what crackerjack box she got that lawyer from. Does this chick not have money? Is she still paying back her student loans? I don't know where she found that lawyer at. Is he pro bono? Is he doing this for free? Is it her friend? Because when you hear him talk, I'm like, he don't even sound like he got a strategy. Wait, hold on. Rapper Gorilla was arrested for DUI after making a U-turn on a solid red light. Listen. But all I'm saying is, all DUI, DWI, whatever, drinking under the influence, drinking while you drive, whatever, they all need to be treated the same. They had Tiffany Haddish story in the headlines for about 4 to 5 days straight. Yes, they did. And they told all her good business, and they had the footage of her physically being arrested with her hands behind her back. So Justin Timberlake, he gets a break. We need to cut him a break because he got on stage talking about, he's sorry, he had a rough couple of days. You think? You're not the only one going through it. The whole world they're going through a situation. If we all, when we went through a situation, went to our local bar, get the drinking, and want to get behind the wheel of the car, nobody in this world would be alive. Everybody in the world goes through something. We all got our struggles. So don't be giving, this, that. We all got our struggles. There's people out there that are working 3, 4 jobs just to try to pay their rent. You a whole rich billionaire probably, or at least he's a millionaire. You couldn't call an Uber. You couldn't have your driver on standby. Oh, come on, Felicia. What happened to drinking at home? But you can't get a driver. Some of us with our problems, we can't barely call the Uber. Maybe have to walk home. But you could call an Uber, you could have a driver, and why didn't one of your raggedy friends drive you home? You want to know why? Because a lot of times the people you hang around with, they don't have your back. Yeah, designated driver. I'm not being out till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning because they said driving sleepy and driving drunk is similar. I got a threshold. I got to get in the bed. So if y'all want me to be the designated driver, maybe I'll give you the 1 o'clock. Maybe. But midnight, I'm done. I ain't going to be all out all night now. And then y'all all got to live within a certain radius to my home. Because I can't be dropping people off, and then I'm going to take an hour to get home. No. I got rules when I'm the designated driver. Now, y'all can come stay at my house until y'all sleep it off or whatever. Or, come stay at my house. But I can't be doing all that. But listen, guys, Kenya dug herself into a hole. I'm about to board this train up with the people. Kenya dug herself into a hole, but I'm telling everybody out there, this is real talk here, because we like to translate these stories into real life. You a whole fool if you know Tag, you're it. You're the breadwinner in your home. Everybody in your house, they only eat because you work, and you want to fool around and mess with that check, you a fool. If you got friends that will sit there and tell you some nonsense and encourage you to do some nonsense that is going to make you lose your job, they're not your friend. Tell my son all the time. If you're around somebody that want to do some foolery and perhaps get you in trouble, they're not your friend. Drop them like a hot potato. For you find yourself caught up. Somebody else knew what Kenya allegedly was going to do. And none of them encouraged her to say that's a bad idea. She should look around and do an inventory and say, okay, none of those people were my friends. They know you're a single mother. They know you just opened a salon. You know it too. But sometimes we think of stupid ideas, and we need our friends to say that, no, that's a bad idea. Don't do that. We need our friends. So when we are lacking, that's when your friends got to step in and say, girl, are you crazy right now? You're not going to do that. You done broke up with your man, you mad at him, you be like, I'm going to go over there and bash the windows out and slash his tires. And that's when your girlfriend said, no, I'm coming over, calm down. No, you're not going to do that. You're not going to do that. I'm going to call that other chick. No. That's when your girlfriend step in and said, no, you're not. You're not going to do that. If you don't have friends that keep it real with you, then you don't really got no real friends. I promise you that. And my barometer is, if I wouldn't do it, I would never encourage any of my friends to do it. I'd be like, no, girl, that's not a good idea. Let me load this train up. Y'all know what I need. What do I need, people? Kenya thought she was untouchable, so she messed around and she found out. Bravo does create monsters. And then they will drop them like a hot potato. But see, Kenya's a fool again. She should have learned that from Nene. They created that monster Nene, and then they tore her down. They let her know who it was really about. We're in charge. Come on, that's right, y'all. I need a what? I need a choo-choo. Hold aboard, everybody. It is Saturday night trending topics, and the title is called The Foolery. We're going to bring the people in the building because we got to talk about Kandi Burruss and Kenya Moore, Justin Timberlake, and this judge from Atlanta. She done lost her natural mind. Let me go ahead and load this train up and bring the people on in the building. Oh, shucks now. Hey, Leo.
Miss Diva, welcome back.
Thank you. Hey, in my opinion.
Hey, Diva. Hey, Leo. Choo-choo.
Hey, opinion.
Hey, E. Hey, Felicia. Hey, the Dawn. Oh, we got the all-stars in the building right now. Oh, shucks now. It's an all-star lineup. We got the people in the building. We're going to talk. I hope y'all ready. Listen, don't get sensitive on me, y'all. But you know what? Kandi Burruss, she done lost her mind. How are you going to be mad? She shut that thing down with Phaedra Parks. She lost her mind with Phaedra Parks in the dungeon and so forth and so on. So now she's not on the show, and she's sitting here talking about they did Kenya Moore dirty. Girl, do you know these laws? Do y'all realize? I don't think they realize that it's the reality show, but it is their job. It's a job. You have an employer, you are an employee, and you got to follow some rules. You cannot just, man, maybe their game is you do this, you do that, because that's the name of the storyline or whatever, but you can't be breaking laws. Okay, so let me go ahead and get right into this. Let me share my screen. Let me see. Where is this story at? Here we go. So, who made the RHOA rules? Kandi comes to Kenya's defense amid reports of suspension. Okay, I don't know what's going on here. There's so much stuff playing behind the background. Let me pause that. Kandi Burruss is calling foul play on Kenya Moore's RHOA suspension, and she's stepping up to defend her friend. Now, see, that's the type of friend, when you have friends like this who are just as delusional as you, y'all dangerous together. Okay, so though she is no longer part of the cast, Kandi took the time to defend Kenya's indefinite suspension in a recent interview. I don't like the fact that they suspended Kenya. I know a lot of people was like, she shouldn't have shown that, but this is Housewives, she said on this, the streets, 94.5 streets morning takeover. How many times we done did something that you think somebody shouldn't do? She made the so who made the rules? Why do y'all all of a sudden got such an issue with somebody doing something crazy to somebody? This is Kandi talking. Many people took issue with Kenya's use of revenge P against her new castmate Brittany Edie, but Kandi seems to think it's all fair in reality TV and war. If it was on the internet and the girl came at her, then it's like, okay, well, you don't get to choose how she comes back at her. But I guess we'll see when we watch the episode. Well, first of all, Kandi, let's not be stupid here. They're not going to be able to play that episode. They're going to have to chop it up so much. And I think they're really going to abandon that episode. But that is me. So Kandi Burruss says she doesn't like that they suspended Kenya Moore from the Housewives. Let me see. I might be able to play a little bit of this. Let's see if I could play 30 seconds. Oh, wait, hold on. It hit to my other screen. Let me stop this screen for 1 minute. And I'll share again. Okay. Let's share screen.
Right now, I'm like, okay, it's good. I ain't there, good, but Cynthia's like, okay, once the show actually airs, she said, I'm going to miss it then. Okay. I don't miss it so much now. And realistically, I do see stuff and I'm like, why they doing that? Like, I don't like the fact that they suspended Kenya. Yeah. I know a lot of people's like, she shouldn't have shown that, but it's the Housewives. Like, how many times we done did something that you think somebody shouldn't do? So who made the rules? Like, why y'all all of a sudden got such an issue with somebody doing something crazy to somebody?
Believe
like,
it or not, that drama.
If it was in the public, if it was in the internet, and the girl came at her, it's like, okay, well, that was the rule. You don't get to choose how she come back. So I just wasn't feeling all of that. But hey, we'll see when it come on TV.
Yeah,
everybody's so sensitive now. Everything.
Yeah,
and I just knew
everybody's so sensitive now, Tiny. Don't do that, because you and T.I. get very sensitive when people start to bring up issues that allegedly are going on with y'all in the streets. Let's not do the foolery here. Okay, I'm gonna just play that little bit. There are still conflicting reports about what happened during an event for the opening of Kenya's new hair spa. For her part, Kenya has denied any claims that explicit photos of Edie were displayed at the function and maintains that she will be cleared of the claims. Okay, Kenya. Fans of Kenya have been flooding the social media accounts of the popular Bravo franchise, demanding the OG cast member be allowed to remain on season 16. And on Instagram, she told a fan that people are falling for unsubstantiated claims. No one credible, including my corporate employer, has confirmed anything whatsoever. Therefore, everyone is literally running with the unsubstantiated claims and false narratives. Patience is a virtue, and so is due process. Okay. The Real Housewives of Atlanta has had its share of jaw-dropping moments in seasons past, and many have included Kenya, including when Portia put the pause and when Phaedra delivered her iconic now check that read. It remains to be seen how these new actions will hold up in the court of Bravo law. So before I go around to everybody, let me just show one more screen. Let me see if I still have this up. Okay, I do. So this is Kenya. She wrote this today. She said, have a happy weekend. Nobody's perfect. We make mistakes. We say wrong things. We do wrong things. We fall, we get up, we learn, we grow, we move on, we live. Girl, so nothing happened, but you put up a post like this. I mean, miss me with the nonsense, Kenya, but okay. Leo, what are your thoughts?
I love Kandi. I'm always down with Kandi. Most of the time, the stuff she says makes sense to me.
Mhm.
But girl, when I seen the clip of this and heard the clip of this, I looked at the TV and the first thing that got in my mind was Kandi asking who made the rules. Well, obviously she had something to do with the rules because Phaedra couldn't come back to work. You
Okay,
was offended out your mind
come on now.
over some stuff that went on Housewives. That was the first thing that came to my mind. I'm just like, excuse me? Not you. Can't work with Phaedra at all because of some foolery she did. Not
Come
you.
on.
So, yeah, I was taken aback by that. And me and Felicia had this conversation, I think it was last week, about this. Let's be clear. These people, these housewives are going to work, okay? They're going to work. They own a job. You can't pull up no pics like that and post them at your job. Where they do that at? I don't care what's going on. You got to be realistic and logical here. I don't care what kind of lip boxing you and your co-worker been doing. I don't care what offensive things this young lady must have said to her. But put up intimate pictures and on a poster? Are you mad? So yeah, I am in agreement with the suspension. I don't understand where Kandi is coming from. You know, God bless her. You know, I'm always down for Kandi, but I can't ride out with Kandi on this one.
I can't either. And you know I love her too. Snoopy Woodstock said Kandi's situation with Phaedra is different. Phaedra said Kandi wanted to essay and give Portia some substances, which is criminal. Revenge P is criminal. The Atlanta DA could have opened an investigation on Kandi, Todd, and Bravo. Revenge P is criminal though too. Criminal is criminal. Where am I at? In my opinion, you're up.
Listen here. I think Kandi is trying to take up for a friend. I do think it's the wrong road. I do think it's something fishy about this whole story. I can't put my hands on this. I really can't. Between the conflicting stories, between Kenya saying it wasn't revenge, I can't figure out what's going on. And I hate that I don't know. And I'm trying not to draw speculations. But I'm just going to keep on watching the drama as it folds because something's going to have to come out. I need some videos of what happened. I need to see it. Like, I just don't understand it right now. It's sad, though.
Thank you, in my opinion. Felicia, you're up.
Hey, chat. I missed all of you. Happy Saturday, everybody. You know, people just getting dumber and dumber as the temperatures go up. But it's a good thing to hear Kandi speak so openly and be recorded because all the industries that she is in, she's just waiting for a lawsuit to drop for her because she says, well, who makes the rules? NBC Universal makes the rules.
Better talk.
Okay. So go talk to them about how many people they had to hire to rewrite that employee handbook last year to outline what is and isn't appropriate. Thank you so much, E, for sharing that. They were very detailed. So she want to know who make them. Her former boss, NBC Universal, makes it. Now, Kenya, poor baby, there she is. She posting this stuff up. And yeah, it's been a bad week for Kenya. The court spoke for her. And gee whiz, she in Brooklyn getting about, I don't know, a couple of food stamps, maybe an EBT card, and I don't know what's $2,000 gonna cover a month when you're in the kind of debt that she's in. You were very kind, Diva. Welcome back, of course. But she owed the tax people a whole lot of money. I don't know. You know, we talk about friends, and I don't think she has any. You were very generous, saying, well, your friend's supposed to tell you this, your friend's supposed to tell you that. Well, if you don't have any, ain't nobody around to tell you nothing. Okay? Whoa. So she owes the IRS. She's not getting enough in child support. I mean, she got more than I did. If y'all remember, I told you I got $25 a month. But to God, the glory. He blessed us and prospered us in other ways. But yeah, So it was awarded, X amount in child support, but we'll see how that money come in. I don't think she's getting any of that money anytime soon. And here it is, according to the folks here on the street, these people in the chat, Kandi's a multimillionaire. That's all you can extend to your friend? You got a show on Broadway. You can't say, girl, you need to come on Broadway and come work with me. No, you're going to be up there upholding the foolery, as you say. And you're going to talk about who make the rules and you don't think it's right. No, listen, I heard what happened to my friend. Yes, she made a mistake, but she coming to the whiz, y'all. She coming up there. She going to be there with me because right now she has some time available. So no, I ain't buying none of it. It's all lies. It's all BS. And that's why I don't watch the show. Thank you.
I appreciate you, Felicia, but you better talk to the people and tell them the truth. Your employer makes the rules. And listen, and they can change them whenever they feel like it too.
Absolutely.
You better do something on the job and you be like, well, I didn't know. Well, now you know, and here's your warning. Everybody's replaceable. And yeah, I heard that the divorce was finalized. And like you said, good luck getting that money. Especially when allegedly you paid him at first. But I'm going to carry on because I got to get to the people. Wayne, you're up.
Yeah, I remember when they had the reunion. And I think Leo just mentioned somebody. But remember they had the reunion and Kandi was getting all upset because Phaedra had said something, blah, 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 blah. And then Kandi was talking about how you messing up my bag. You messing with my money, messing with my money.
Oh, you better talk, Wayne.
So,
yes.
And now Kenya, she messing up somebody else's money. Because I'm sure that picture had some negative, kickback to it to people or whatever. Say, oh, I know she was like that. Oh, this, that, and the other. But it was fine then. And I like Kandi. But I think that's wrong. And the other thing too, you know how, people won't tell you, your friends, you think your friends should tell you. But see, Kandi on one of the shows, I think it was on Kandi Live, whatever, Kandi King, whatever. And she was talking about how Kenya, I don't know why they don't let Kenya do this, blah, 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 blah. Kenya, she can throw some shade. I know Kenya, she can do this. She can throw shade. See, when you nasty like that, and now this one was your friend, and now you're back friends. All those ones she thought she was back friends with, they gonna sit there and let you, girl, going to do it. If I was you, I would do it. You'd be surprised at the people gonna pump you up to fail.
You better speak.
And when they fall flat on their face, their friends gonna say, well, I ain't make you do it. Ain't nobody make you do it. So Kenya is getting, sure, people make mistakes. Okay. Hopefully, she'll get over this and, come back, do something great or whatever, But right now, I think that was just irresponsible. You got a family to raise. You got a business. Who in their right mind, when they opening a business, want to bring negativity to their business? Nobody wants nothing bad to happen on the day of opening. They wanted to go smooth. And here she done brought it to her shop.
Come on.
That was probably one of the worst things she could do.
Come on. The
worst thing she could do. And she did that. She did it for a reason. I don't know much about the lady who she did it to, but I don't care who it was. If it's criminal, it's criminal. I don't care how bad the person was. Now you got to suffer from it. The person that you was trying to hurt or embarrass, it kind of turned back around. It then turned back around. And now, and I'm telling you, when it hit your pocket, that's when you know you're in trouble.
Woo!
People can run their mouth and all that. But when it starts to hit that bank account, you got problems. And her friends, who she thought she was her friend, they gonna remember the time when you threw the shade, when you did this, when you did that, when you was nasty. And now it's coming back to her. And look like the only one coming to her aid is Kandi. What about all her other friends she's supposed to have? What about them people that was at the shop?
Come on, talk to the people, Wayne. No, the Wayne, talk to the people. You hear that? What happened to all these people that came for your opening? Nobody's coming up and speaking on your behalf.
Right. And I'm sure it was your friends, your so-called friends. And when nobody could tell you, it's like you out drinking someplace and you sloppy drunk. And your friends let you try to drive home. They ain't care nothing about you, and they don't care nothing about the people you're gonna hurt trying to drive home. And when I say hurt, I mean unalived. So those ain't friends, but you know, she thinks she got friends. She finding out.
She messed around and found out. So let me say this. The pictures that are going around online right now, those are not the actual pictures. Those are Photoshop pictures. First of all, anybody, and catch this, people, and this is simple, basic stuff. This ain't me, going to law school, whatever. This is simple, basic stuff. If somebody on this panel right now was to send me a picture of somebody else on the panel that was like what Kenya is being accused of, and I shared it with somebody else on the panel, now I'm just as much trouble as the first person that sent it to me. You cannot send and keep redistributing stuff like that, because you will become part of the problem too, and you will be breaking the law also. So those pictures that are out there are not the actual pictures. They are photoshopped. Okay. And nobody is sending those pictures anymore, because anybody that continues to pass those pictures around, they're going to get in trouble too. I don't want them. Don't send them to my email. Y'all know how I get down over here. I protect myself, and I try my very best to protect whoever comes up on my panel. See, you can't do foolery with your own business. Like Wayne said, she brought that negativity into her own business. She was a fool. No, when you open a business, and I ain't trying to tell nobody what to believe in and not to believe in, you come, if this is what you believe in, and you have the people come and pray over your business. You don't want no negative energy in your business, and she brought the negative energy herself. Make that make sense, people. Katrina, you're up.
All I'm gonna say is Kenya came on the scene lying. Kenya lied about her divorce. Kenya lied about Mark. Kenya lied about Matt. Kenya lied about the tow truck driver. Kenya lied about a lot of stuff. And Kenya have done a lot of nasty stuff, whether people want to say she have or not, but she has, because I've been watching the show from the beginning. And the thing with Kenya is, you brought your friends there. Okay, you brought Portia, Cynthia, and whosoever else. What, Marlo? The same one that you call dumb sitting at a table, saying the whole table is dumb. But these are your friends that you brought there. You think, okay, you honestly believe that Kenya have gotten over Portia pulling her off that stage? Because like I said, when they was coming back being friends, I couldn't see that. Because that's still going to play back in her mind that Portia pulled her off that stage. She's never going to be friend with Portia. I don't know what in the world they was trying to defeat us, because that's not a realistic thing. That's not reality TV, because I still don't see those two being friends. And like you said, she went there to that job, and she caused herself to lose another job. Didn't nobody do that. She did it to herself. We didn't tell you to put up no posters. And if her friends probably tried to tell her not to do it, can you think she's smarter than them? She's not going to listen to what they had to say in the first place. She wasn't going to listen to them. You can see on the show she don't listen to them because she think they dumb. She really thought Cynthia was dumb when Cynthia opened up her wine thing. She tried to make her look like a fool on TV right then and there. So no, everything that she's done, she's done it to herself. And the same thing with Kandi. Kandi is worried about what Kenya doing whatsoever, but she need to be worried about people getting pow at her job or at her restaurant or catching salmonella, because we seeing dirty water on TV that's in a sink. So she need to be worried about that and passing inspections. That's what her focus need to be on. And like I said, with Kenya, she caused it on herself. Mark ain't finna pay no child. Well, I ain't gonna say he might pay his child support, but he ain't been helping you out all this time. Child, he ain't finna pay no child support. You might well, I don't know what you're gonna do with that salon or whatsoever. You probably need to break it down and put it in pieces. But he ain't finna come through with no child support. I hope she get child support for Brooklyn. I hate she's going through that because she do got a child. But you put your own self in that risk. You better get some sage and go up in your place and get those negative spirits about it, so maybe you can get some customers. That's all I got, Diva.
I appreciate you. Thank you. Sebastian, you're up.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Y'all know I love me my Kenya Moore. Everyone knows this. She is one of the queens of RHOA. But I don't agree with what she's done. Allegedly done. If she did do these things, she should absolutely face charges and whatever consequences come with it. But also, there are conflicting stories to this. There are some people who are under NDA contracts who have said that they've hidden their identities and have said that that's not what happened. There are some, so this is a very conflicting story, as in my opinion has said. We don't know what truly happened yet. So we're gonna wait and see. But I will say this, Kandi Burruss and the Phaedra situation, Kandi Burruss is 100% right. Phaedra concocted a lie that could have gotten Kandi 10 plus years in jail and would have to put herself on the same list that Nicki Minaj's husband's on. So I'm going to ask y'all this. Yes, there are differences in this situation between what Kenya did and what Phaedra and the Kandi situation. There are absolutely differences in this. There are differences. And besides, Phaedra created a lie. Kenya actually, if she did show something, Kenya actually showed something that was accessible to everyone on the internet. But it's still a crime. It's still a crime. It's still wrong.
I'm gonna let you finish your thought, but let me ask you this: it's accessible to everybody on the internet. Was you able to pull it up?
Oh, it's not difficult to find.
You was able to pull up, not the Photoshop one. You was able to pull up the originals.
No, I did not look for that.
Okay,
I wasn't looking for that.
Now, but you said it's easily accessible.
But many people have said they found these things.
No. Let's not go by many. You said it's easily accessible, right? So that would mean that we could just type this in and it should come up, because that's what you call easy, right?
No, it's not necessarily going to come up like that, because Miss Edie has some businesses and etc. So those things will come up first. But I'm pretty sure if you go searching, dig more and more and more prior to said businesses, posted prior to said business.
But can we agree on something, Sebastian? If I say vanilla ice cream is easy to Google, right? That means I type in vanilla ice cream and all types of ice cream is going to pop up, right? That's easy. What the words is that it's easily accessible online. And I'm saying it is not.
Okay. I retract my words. So they're accessible online. I won't say easily. They're accessible and can be found online. But that doesn't negate the fact that what Kenya did was wrong. I would never do this. And Kenya is facing consequences allegedly based off of her actions, as she should. But I'm going to be honest. I don't think there's going to be a show, because Kenya's allegedly suspended. Portia can't film nothing. These newbies, they don't even want to be on the show. They're acting like a whole fool in the background. So I don't know what is going to happen. But I will say this: it might be the time for Atlanta to go anyway. It might be the time for it to go. And Diva mentioned something. Oh, Atlanta's still here after Nene's gone. Well, listen, Diva, I'm sorry, I gotta disagree with you on that. Nene is one of the queens of RHOA, and ever since she was gone, that's when RHOA went downhill.
But what I said though, Sebastian, is I said RHOA was still here after she left. What year did Nene leave?
Nene left, I believe, in 2019, 2020 era, because the pandemic happened, and I remember they had their video reunion. So 2019, 2020-ish.
Right. And this is 2024.
Yes.
So my point was that the show went on.
And how dramatic have the ratings fall?
It doesn't matter that I didn't.
How dramatic have the revenues come in?
As I spoke though, right? I mentioned that regardless of the ratings, the show still carried on, right? So, and my point was that everybody's replaceable. And so the thing is, allegedly, right, they're taping without Kenya Moore right now, right? So, but I'm gonna. Did you finish your thought process, Sebastian? Because I don't want to cut you off because I want to move on to the next person.
My end to this story is that Kandi Burruss is a successful businesswoman, as much as I don't like her. Mm-hmm. And she has the right to free speech that everyone else has. So I don't have to agree with what she says, but she has the right to say whatever she wants.
Yeah, she does, but she said on her job, so she messed around and found out. The Don, you're up.
Why have enemies when you can have a friend like Kandi? She has been a fraud ever since she hid that stolen merchandise in her garage and allowed Todd to do it. So are we shocked? Are we surprised that all of a sudden Kandi, is going against the grain? No, because it's her friend. Had Phaedra been her friend and that was what you call a read at the time, it would have been all smooth. They would have laughed it up, went out, got something to eat at Old Lady Gang. But because she was her enemy at the time, they weren't friends, then it was a problem. Kenya is her friend. So it's not a problem for Kenya to release, allegedly P for everyone to see at her party. It's not a problem for Kandi because, they're tight. They still hang out. They're buddy-buddy. She's a fraud. She's been a fraud. Yes, she's a good businesswoman. Escape is successful, still touring, but that still doesn't neglect that she's still a fraud. You can't be one way with this person and be another way, completely opposite, 180, with the same type of indiscretion with somebody else. You just can't do that. That means you are fake. I can't trust anything you say. Because had she came out and stand 10 toes down and said, yeah, I'm friends with Kenya, but this was wrong. And I told Kenya this was wrong. You got to be one side and be one side in the good and the bad, in the thick and the thin. You tell your friends when they're wrong.
Come on now.
You don't hold your friends up when you know they did something that was out of balance. Kenya has been pulling these stunts since she's been on the show. And this is a stunt that, was one too many. Mm-hmm. And I do believe that her producer knew it was coming.
Yeah.
The same way I believe that Carlos King knew it was coming.
You better talk.
I do believe that. And the producer probably threw Kenya under the bus, saying that he or she didn't know this was coming. This was a shock to them. And now she's suspended indefinitely off the show. She wanted 100,000 people to come in on her IG live she did, and she barely scratched 10,000.
Barely.
So, is people don't want to hear the shenanigans anymore. They know Kenya is about the foolery. They know Kenya is about the mess. Mm-hmm. It's just time for them to scratch Housewives all together.
Thank you, Don.
18 years, 19 years, and it's gone to something completely.
Yeah. I'm sorry. You could finish your thought. I thought you was finished. You are correct.
I said it's been 18, 19 years, and it's just gone to a completely different show. They need to scratch the whole show, all the franchise altogether, because these people aren't coming to live their real lives anymore. They're coming to, if that's the case, that it was in the blogs and people were talking about it, why did she get mad at Phaedra? Because it was in the blogs. People were talking about it all over YouTube.
That part.
So if that's the standard, then it was no need for Phaedra to even get fired in the first place.
Yeah. So here's the thing, right? It's like when you don't realize that job is so unique and you have this amazing opportunity, and for y'all not to, as a group, I don't care if you like the lady or not, for them as a group to not go behind the scenes and say, you know what, y'all, we're going to have a good show. We're not going to go below the belt. We're going to make it do what it do. We're going to have a nice cash trip. We're going to have, you going to give a party. You're going to do this. You're going to do that. I mean, you just got to be dumb. You got to be dumb. And she did. This time she wrote a check that her behind could not cash. And she did it to herself. Somebody help her set up that place. I don't believe that she set up all those pictures on her own. I do believe that someone knew. But see, that's not unusual with a job either. Everybody rallying behind you for the foolery. And then at the end of the day, you go down. You go down and then nobody wants to back you up. My screen shifted a little bit. Julius, did you go?
No.
Okay, you're up.
Take out the whole entire franchise. Take them all out. New J, New York, RHOA. Take all of them out. Because this is how I feel. And this speaks to Vanderpump Rules too. Take that off the air as well. Because if Tom Sandoval could still be on the air, and that was an actual camera. And now I don't agree with him and Raquel did. I want to make that clear. But it applies the same in this situation. If he wasn't suspended, why is she? Bravo needs to stop with the double standard. That's why I say take them all off the air. It's full of deceit and dishonesty. How much more can we be entertained by Ratchet when there's no growth, no elevation, no inspiring? Is this really what we're telling our youth? You act like this, you get ahead. Seriously? Take it all off the air. Take it all off.
Thank you. Thank you, Julius. So this is alleged and under investigation. My question is, if this happened, why is the investigation taking so long? Bravo just needs to go to production for confirmation. Well, that tells you why she's still suspended though, right? They're just trying to figure out how do they not piss off the fans, because people are coming to their pages talking about don't fire Kenya, bring her back. If there was nothing to see, she would have been back to filming already. That's just my opinion. It is just that simple. But because there was something to see, and you know, people was allegedly walking out. Listen, there's an audio of people saying, "Oh my God," and whatsoever. So something happened. But where am I? E, you're up.
Hello. Miss you so much, my dear. You know, I believe that the investigation portion on Bravo's part, I do believe that has been completed. I believe the issue is not trying to agitate this adult star that has joined the cast, but I do think that it's a lot of Kandi Burruss in the chat who are just unfamiliar that they are a reflection of Kandi Burruss, because when people's family member or friend get locked up, we see it every day on social media, on Instagram and Facebook. Free Tyquavius, free Donovan. Whenever it's your family member or your friend or someone you know on the other side of those blue lights, you want them free, regardless as to whose family they have negatively impacted. So just like when I call out the 13.2, I know so many people in the chat who will beat me down and say, no, it's some good black men out here, to their own detriment. And my point is, I believe folks don't want anyone sticking up for Kenya because it's hard for people to imagine that Kenya has a friend. And I don't think that people believe Kenya is worthy of a friend. And I hope that the people who feel that way will have a heart. But I don't have a problem with Kandi coming out in defense of Kenya. Kandi is a true friend indeed. And Kandi has background information that a lot of us are not privy to. When Kandi said who makes the rules, that let us know that the girl started with Kenya first. She all but said that in her response at the radio thing that you just played. And Kenya let the girl have it, and rightfully so. Now, Kandi also let us know in a roundabout way the same thing that Mariah Huck said, that production already knew what Kenya was going to do. Production supported it, and this was supposed to be something that was supposed to bring in ratings, because Julius just let us know that this is something that has also been done on other shows. It's no rules on reality TV from what they've been showing us as recently as the last season of Potomac and also Married to Medicine. Just a few months ago, we saw Dr. Walkie Talkie violated HIPAA laws, talking about Sweet Tea's visit. That was inappropriate. On Potomac, we saw Robin excluding what's the lady name? Wendy's kids. And y'all all said that Wendy and Candace were being isolated, and that was discrimination. These people, uh, and that was even after the new NBC policy. We need to understand that this is not a real workplace. Like you and I go to work every day. These housewives are not bound by the same policies and handbooks that you and I are. And when people say RHOA wouldn't survive without Nene, and here we are, I'm inclined to agree with Sebastian, because RHOA survived without Nene by the grace of Kenya. And Kandi has said it, and other cast members have said it too. There is no RHOA without Kenya. And I do believe that is correct. Just like there's no Love in Hip Hop Atlanta without Jocelyn Hernandez. Yes, the show still goes on, but with half the viewership. Because I have not watched Love in Hip Hop Atlanta since Jocelyn left. But also, I'm confused as to why people are conflating the issue of Phaedra and Kandi with Kandi supporting Kenya. I think the Don hit the nail on the head. Of course, Kandi wanted Phaedra off the show. Kandi was a target, and they were enemies. Kandi and Kenya are friends. It's a difference in that. And I can acknowledge, yes, if my friend is wrong, but if I don't think my friend is wrong, then I'm going to speak up in their defense. And I happen to agree with Kandi a whole lot, because if the images are available online, why are we calling something revenge when this was work you voluntarily did? You signed the release or whatever you did, and it's to the public. You were paid for your work. And I don't care what the law says. There's a lot of laws in this country that need to be changed. So I can't even go there. But the real victim here, in my opinion, is Kenya. Kenya is a victim of Bravo's toxic work environment. She is a victim of going along to get along. Because yes, Kenya participated in the shenanigans. I'm not doubting that. And I don't care what anyone says. This Britney person, she has done adult modeling, and the images are out there. She sold them, and you knew you were being recorded in some of these instances, and the video has been shared multiple times within the industry before it even got to Kenya. So we have to be clear. In my honest opinion, Revenge P is for people who are not adult models. Revenge P is for people who are not in the adult entertainment industry, and they are not trying, that's not their work. When you sign a release and you have been paid for your work, you've been compensated for your hours. It's not revenge. It's called a resume. Hold your head up high and be proud of your artwork.
I love you, E.
Period.
So let me say this. Bravo still, a workplace is a workplace. And although their work rules may have some different leniency than ours, like you drinking on a job, so forth and so on, when a law is broken, a law is broken, and nobody's going to be above the law. So again, I don't care what pictures are out of anybody on this panel. If I decide, because the pictures are out there, if I decide one day that I'm going to do a live, and I'm going to show a picture of somebody, even if it was out there or not, oh, I'm going to go down. And I'm going to go down big time. There are YouTubers who do stuff to other YouTubers, and they're currently in lawsuits right now. You cannot, and here's the thing with production. Production could have known that some pictures might have going to be shown, but maybe not know the nature and the degree of the pictures that were going to be shown.
No, they knew.
Oh, you know that for a fact?
Well, your producer knows everything. You have to get your producer sets the scene. Yes, the producers
So
knew.
the producer knew for a fact that this P picture was going to be shown.
Of course.
You say, okay, I'm not 10 toes down on that. I'm not 10 toes down on that.
Well, Kenya didn't carry the cardboards into the building.
It's Kenya's building. It's
But
Kenya's.
Kenya didn't bring it in. And when the camera crew came in to
So
set
you're
up,
saying the camera crew set up Kenya's pictures for her?
no, I'm not saying that. I'm saying her production team helped you. Everybody has their own producer.
I
They
know,
tell their storyline.
I know that.
But
So
the person knew.
So you're saying they knew and they saw the pictures for a fact?
Of course.
Well, then if that's the case, then Kenya can go down with that and say that too. And we have to just stand by, just like Carlos King was fired, even though he want to say he wasn't, that producer will get fired too.
I believe that's what she's saying though. I believe that's why she keeps saying she's not going anywhere.
Saying both, E. She's saying she didn't do it, but at the same time, she's saying the producer should go down with her. Which one is it?
No, I said I believe that is exactly what she's saying. She says, I'm not going anywhere. I didn't do anything wrong. She's saying that because the company already knew what she was going to do and they okayed it. They didn't have a problem with it.
The company can know what you were going to do, but it still doesn't mean just because they knew it was not illegal.
Well, that's fine. Lots of illegal things happen on these shows.
Okay, let me move forward. Let me move forward. And I'll say this: whether a producer knew to the level of degree that it was or not, then that producer essentially will go down too, and maybe that's why the investigation is taking longer. But I'm going to stand 10 toes down on this, and you know how we do over here. We say stand your ground. So E has her opinion, and that's fine. But I'm
Thank you, Diva.
You're welcome. I'm going to send 10 toes down on this. She was a fool 100%. If you want to do the foolery and play around, and Kenya Moore is 53. If you want to do the foolery and play around with a $2 million check, you about as dumb as they come. I wouldn't even play around with a $15,000 check if I know that check is feeding my kids and me. I wouldn't do it. But let alone a $2 million check in this economy, when you could go to law school and you're not getting a $2 million check that easy. You're a whole fool and then some. Tay, your thoughts?
I said, welcome back, Diva. We miss you. And Kena, she know what's right is right, what is wrong is wrong. That's all, Diva.
I appreciate you. Justin, this is your first time here. How are you?
I was here a while ago, but
you was. I'm recognizing your voice. How are you?
Well, I'm good. How have you been?
Doing well.
But for me, I think I'm gonna just be the unpopular opinion here. I said that I don't see what Kandi did was wrong here. I wouldn't want anyone to defend their friend in public. I personally feel like she probably checked her behind and not in public and interview. I don't think she would want to bash her friend and not stick up for her in public. But in my opinion, for real, with this whole situation when it first happened, if we're gonna be honest, didn't it all start back when Brittany Edie was talking about edges and all that with her hair and stuff?
Come on.
When she was doing all that, that's when it first started. If we're gonna be honest, if we're gonna go back all the way, Phaedra has been lying from the very beginning. She lied about her due date. She's lied about the men that she's been with. They gave Portia her own spin-off show. When she did the little thing with the married man and her and all that happened, they literally gave her a whole spin-off show. She acted a fool on there, and this is someone who likes Portia. But the rules can't change when it's Kenya, because, and this is someone that I didn't even like Kenya in the beginning, but it's kind of obvious that Kenya, people like Kenya or people like Candace gets treated differently from them, because it's like Phaedra at the time talked about Kenya not having to want to have a baby. That pizza read, the most iconic read that people always say. At the time, making fun of a woman because she couldn't have a baby. And people swear that was the most iconic read in the world. Mm-hmm. And it's crazy because people shamed Candace because of the dwindling uterus thing. It's like you can't have it both ways, because it's like you can't come at somebody and expect them to react. I feel like Brittany wanted to come in there having an issue with Kenya, to me, in my opinion. And another issue is when the first thing broke out, That's just like with the fight with Candace and Monique. People assume that it was Candace. We don't even know what happened. All this is speculation, and people are already assuming just because of Kenya's nasty past behavior, we just assume that, oh, it was her. But you know how many things Kenya's been vindicated from? Apollo, the things that Apollo said, and he came out and lied on her, and people believed it. So I just think that even though, yes, Kenya does very fucked up things, and she has done very nasty things. She's done very nasty things.
Justin.
Sorry.
Yeah, we don't curse over here.
Sorry.
Yeah.
But,
let me just throw this out there, right? Because we like to go the road of some education and bring this thing to real life situations. I want to say this: if I'm on the job and somebody talks about my edges and my bald head and this, that, and the other, and then I come and I bring some pictures of them doing some, X-rated things. Oh, I went too far. And they're coming for me. So, I mean, you can't compare apples to oranges. The name of reality TV game is you sling mud. But we have seen where, and you don't know the bar. Bravo decides the bar. We have seen where people have swung too low and they got let go. We've seen it with Best with Phaedra. And Phaedra was going for years. And so my thing is, if you do not, learn from what you see, then to me, you got to be a whole fool, right? And you also know, and this is every job. This is not just Bravo. Every job, they have their favorites. If you're not one of the favorites and you want to sit there and try to do something the favorite can get away with, well, you towing the line. You go that way at your own risk. You have some people that can come to work late every single day, and you come to work late and they giving you warnings and stuff. And you like, well, Diva come to work late all the time. Well, we ain't talking about Diva. We talking about you. So again, I'll say this. Kenya knew what she had to lose. At 53, and Kenya is supposed to be the read or the shade assassin, right? She could have got that girl with her words. Why did you up the ante with these pictures allegedly? Let's be clear.
The receipts.
Let's be clear on this. Kenya knew that Bravo had issues with her anyway, right? And everybody's saying the show can't survive without Kenya, but meantime, they're saying that the ratings tanked since Nene was left, right? If Kenya was going to save the show, Kenya has been there since Nene left, and the ratings were still tanked. Y'all got to make the thing make sense here, right? So how is she the savior? She's saving the tanking ratings? I mean, what are we doing here, right? So at the end of the day, Kenya messed up her bag. She can blame a producer, but the producer is probably still over there producing. She can blame the people who leaked stuff, but guess what? They still going on about their life because they ain't had nothing to lose because they was just at the party. They don't have no contract for the show. So you want to blame this one, that one, and that one and say you're going to be vindicated. But meantime, while you're waiting for your vindication, you down 5-6 shows that they're filming without you and you ain't getting paid. Come on now. You open a whole salon where at best, if I had to take a guess, and I'm a low boy, that rent is probably 15 to 20K a month. Where you getting that from? And out of her own mouth, nobody's coming in the shop. Out of her own mouth, now to get your hair done, you got to sign an NDA. To get your hair done, you got to pay for the whole style up front. The best I'll do at a new salon is when they tell me I got to put a $25 to $50 deposit. I'll do that. But if you tell me I got to pay for my whole hairdo before I even get there, I don't know if you're giving me a senior stylist or stylist who just started or a newbie. You got to be crazy. And I told y'all here all the time, I never did my own hair most of my life. I've always been in a salon. I can call on this show because I'm still friends with all of them. Every stylist that ever touched my head in my life, I can bring them up there and they can tell you about me. There's no way I would do that. But I got to move on to the next story. I understand.
Eva, if I could, I'd like to just add two things. It's for the folks in the chat and for some people who may not really be understanding that if you are doing this on your job, it's over. You need to stop. If you're involved in the gossip, you're talking about people on an intimate, personal level, you're passing around photos, bad images, it's over. Okay? These companies, they're tired of paying lawyers and settling on suits for folks who are being bullied and harassed at work. I encourage you to read your employee handbook so you can understand what is legal and what is illegal. And for those who really, really appreciate Kenya and the time that she has been on this show and entertaining you, I've been waiting for 8 days now for her GoFundMe page. I'm waiting for it, people. The woman said she got a lot of debt. She put a lot of money into her business, and she's in a struggle. Okay? So we love her so much. Get the GoFundMe page started and help that sister out. Thank you.
Appreciate you, Felicia. I appreciate you. I got to move on to the next story. And I'm going to say this. Good luck, Kenya. Right. And know your state laws, because ignorance is not a defense. You better talk to the people, Felicia. Listen, come on now with the GoFundMe. I'm going to move on. And I'm going to move on to this Justin Timberlake story. It's just amazing to me how many people are saying, give him a break. Hold off. Don't do that. And let's be clear here, y'all. Give Justin Timberlake a break. But give the Tiffany Haddish and all the rest of them with the DUIs, DWIs one too. How is he a good person, but they are not? Why? You got to explain to me what the difference is. And listen, Teen Troll is not even helping her by booking an appointment. You better come on, Cherry. Book an appointment at her salon. Pay your $150 up front. Pay it up front. And you don't even know what stylist you're getting. You don't know if that stylist just graduated, got a real certificate or no certificate whatsoever. Bye. It's the foolery. Let me get into this Justin Timberlake story. Where do I want to go first? Let's do this because Gail King. This is you know what? I saw a video the other day where this girl said that sisters won't even help sisters out, right? But check this out.
Pop star Justin Timberlake is out of police custody after being arrested for allegedly driving while intoxicated. Court documents say the 43-year-old had bloodshot eyes and a strong odor of alcohol when he was pulled over. Vlad Duterte has the story.
Surveillance video appears to show pop star Justin Timberlake driving a 2025 BMW through Sag Harbor, New York, before he was arrested for allegedly driving while intoxicated around 12:30 Tuesday morning. Police say they stopped the vehicle after he ran through a stop sign and veered out of his lane. According to court documents, Timberlake had bloodshot and glassy eyes, odor of alcoholic beverage, and performed poorly on all standardized field sobriety tests. Police say the 43-year-old refused to take a breathalyzer test 3 times and told officers, "I had 1 martini and I followed my friends home." TheDailyMail.com captured this photo of Timberlake leaving the police station in handcuffs Tuesday morning. He was released without bail. His next court date is scheduled for July 26th.
For a first-time offense with no injuries, you would see a plea deal that very likely would include some type of probation.
Justin, to the right, please. Timberlake has won 10 Grammys and is currently on a world tour for his latest studio album, his first in 6 years.
Prosecutors would be wise to treat Justin Timberlake the way you would treat anybody else. You don't want it to look like he gets a sweetheart deal because he's famous, or he gets the book thrown at him when others wouldn't because they want to make an example.
An attorney for Timberlake declined to comment. He's got 2 shows coming up at Madison Square Garden, June 25th, June 26th. I mean, that's probably the first time we'll hear him in public say anything.
But Justin Timberlake is a really, really great guy. Listen, this is clearly a mistake. I bet nobody knows it more than he.
A stupid mistake.
Exactly. And he knows that, but he's not an irresponsible person. He's not reckless. He's not careless. Clearly, this is not a good thing. He knows that. I love when they stopped Billy Joel and Billy Joel said, you know, wait, not everybody judged at this particular time. But listen, driving drunk, there's never any excuse for that, ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
And it's alleged, right? I mean,
And
at this point.
It's alleged, but based on what the officer saw there, it's not good.
But what you're saying is true, Gil. It's just a reminder. Get a cab, call a friend.
Get an Uber.
Absolutely. That is the lesson here.
Stay off the
Don't even risk it. Don't even risk it. It's too much at stake for you and for everyone else on the road. Vlad, thank you very much.
Gail, zip your dress up. Okay. Did you, Gail, please. I cannot. Now, hold on 1 second. Let me share screen again. I'm sorry, my screen is being really slow here. Here we go. This one right here.
So make the case. I know you live in the area where Justin got arrested. So make the case that the media should not be covering this.
Look, you can't tell them not to cover it, but I think it's the degree, the duration, the depth. And to be very clear, I live outside Sag Harbor in New York where this is. Good police force. You know, they do the job well. We love them here. Justin Timberlake is not the first person to get pulled over for this. And we don't cover DUIs. So why with Justin Timberlake? Because he's a celebrity. Okay, I get it. But why was my town flooded with media? Did he hit somebody? Did he almost hit somebody? No. Do we even know that he did it? No. Is it weird that he didn't take the breathalyzer? No. He is getting a lot of attention, and I believe there's bad reason for it. I believe that it's evidence of our addiction to grievance and our addiction to negativity. And we don't really care about DUI. Of course it matters. Of course you shouldn't drink and drive. Everybody knows that. You don't need Justin Timberlake to admit it. But I just felt it was a reflection of that. And then I saw it in the echo of Travis Scott's coverage, which is nothing like Timberlake's. And Travis Scott is a big deal. You could argue he's an even bigger deal.
If I understand what you're saying, is that we focused way more attention on Justin than Travis. They did very different things, because I think getting behind the wheel is fundamentally different.
100%. But my pushback would be, I don't think that the difference is because DUI is taken so seriously by the media. I don't believe that. I don't think we see any proof of that. I think it's just a gotcha. And I think Justin Timberlake is somebody where there's more, if not appetite, there's more upside to taking him down. What I don't think this is a race play. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that Travis Scott, it's not new to see him in controversy. We have to start policing our inclinations better. I think when you look around at what's going on right now, it's all related. This addiction to grievance, how divided we are, our battle to the bottom in politics, everything about who is worse. And I just think you got to check yourself everywhere. You know, it's kind of like when you're trying to lose weight, you have to kind of look at your habits everywhere to see where you're off track. And I believe that how we cover celebrities is part of basically just a culture of attacking each other.
Now it's a problem because of what happened to Justin Timberlake. Hold on, because let me just one more thing I want to show y'all.
We've been together through ups and downs and lefts and rights. And it's been a tough week. But you're here, and I'm here. And Nothing can change this moment right now. I know sometimes I'm hard to love, but you keep on loving me, and I love you right back. Thank you so much. Now, if you'll oblige me, I'd like to have a little sing-along with you guys. I'm going to test you guys out a little bit. You ready for this?
Now, I mean, I don't expect y'all to pay close attention like this, but I put certain stories together for a reason. To back up for 1.2 seconds with the whole Kenya Moore situation. Life is never fair. Life is never equal. So here you have Justin Timberlake. You have several other celebrities that been down this same road. They got beaten with a stick. Okay, they could have hurt somebody, they could have harmed somebody, they could have killed somebody by getting behind the wheel after they allegedly were drinking. But here you are, Justin Timberlake, and they're saying he's a good guy. He made a mistake. I know he learned his lesson. Why are we covering celebrities anyway? Who cares about DUIs? He didn't hurt anybody. He didn't hit anybody. Say what now? Well, nobody hits anybody till they do hit somebody, and he blew through stop signs. He was fortunate. Leo, you're up.
I mean, Gail, this to me is the sign of the patriarchy to me. This is an example of the patriarchy. Gail King coming out with her wig on straight, talking about, everybody make mistakes. She done pull her cape out for Justin Timberlake. I'm so glad you back, Diva, because look, I didn't know anything about Chris Cuomo coming on the TV talking about, why we focusing on him? Y'all done came to my town and all this other kind of stuff. How simple do you sound, Mr. Cuomo? Celebrity news is profitable. You've been doing it. You get on the bandwagon too. What's so special about Justin Timberlake? I ain't here for it.
Ain't he?
I mean, come on.
Let me ask you this, Leo, because if I'm not mistaken, ain't he the one interviewing all the people about Diddy?
I don't know about that. Oh, you talking about Cuomo? Yeah, Cuomo is.
He had the show.
Yeah.
He had the show. He interviewed all the people about Diddy. And you said with Justin Timberlake, we don't know if he did it. We don't know for sure what Diddy didn't do. What's the difference? He's so full
Ain't
of
no
crap.
different.
Okay, come on, talk.
It's so silly. It's so silly, and it's the patriarchy. It's something about males that they really like. They will put their cape on for them. Chris Cuomo, Gayle King, they done jumped into their cape to be to what? Why y'all making a sensation? Because he's a celebrity. All other celebrities get caught out there with their mug shots. What makes him so different? Why? So yeah, I mean, forget all that. I don't know what they talking about, but I mean, Oprah, you better go get your girl because she talking out the side of her neck.
Get your girl. Tell her to zip up her dress too, because the back of her dress was unzipped. Was you a little tipsy?
Because she like a cocktail too, just like everybody else. But drunk driving is very serious, and I don't like the fact that they're trying to be lighthearted about him drunk driving, and it's supposed to be like, well, why y'all making it a big deal? Because it is a big deal. It is a big deal. It's not he didn't hurt anybody. Oh no, he didn't this time. But what about next week? And I'm gonna say this again: if y'all got all these coins, how y'all a driver if you're gonna go somewhere and get you some drinks? I don't understand. Us regular people will get an Uber. How are you a driver? Why y'all driving up and down the road drunk? It's ridiculous. Like Katrina would say. That's all I got, Diva.
Okay. In my opinion, you're up.
We see what they capping for. They cap for the white man. Here's my thing. If you go out there and you do something that's this reckless, then you should be drugged across the street, down the alley, all through the internet streets. I feel like for some reason, everybody feels like, oh, this is their person, they gonna take up for them. It's whenever they favorites or somebody that they champion behind do something wrong, then all of a sudden, oh, that the media is wrong for covering this. You don't say that when the media covering us and dragging us through the street. You don't say that when the media got us stretched out for days on end, telling y'all about the stuff we done did. But then you want to now say, oh, no, let's not drag him. No, we're going to drag him the same way y'all drag us when you see us out here acting a fool. He was acting a fool. He get it.
Okay, come on. Thank you, in my opinion. And yes, I was right, because I saw several of his videos and I played them, okay? Chris Cuomo has a show, News Nation. Okay, Chris Cuomo talks Diddy, media, Trump with callers, okay? This was just 2 months ago. But he did a whole bunch of interviews with the young lady that said that Diddy powder in between the eyes. So what? So now gossip is terrible, but that's what you do for a living, sir. It's the lies. Sandy 2 cents, I appreciate you. Thank you for the super chat. I can tell I would not like Gail in real life. It's the foolery. It's the foolery. It's the people with the lying. Just say, I guess you're going to do like Kandi is doing for Kenya Moore. That's my boy, so I want y'all to leave him alone. But here's my thing. Tell the truth and shame the devil. Don't tell us, oh, why are we talking about DUI? Because that's what we do. Even when regular people who are not known get caught behind the wheel, they come on the news and say, this one was arrested DUI and they ran through 2 stop signs, this, that, and the other. Felicia, you're up.
You know, I find that unfortunately so many of us are tribal. So I belong to the tribe of wrong is wrong and right is right.
Come
so
on
you were
now.
wrong. You were wrong, Justin. I don't care where you were. You showed us the footage with him swerving all in the road. He didn't even speak as strongly as Gail and Chris did about himself. I gather he's been dealing with a alcohol problem for a long time. And maybe this will be the moment where he goes to get treatment. Now for Gail, I don't know why she continues to find herself in the wrong spaces, in the wrong places, and having all the wrong things to say. She didn't have to say anything. She didn't have to go right. She didn't have to go left. She could have kept her mouth shut. That's your friend, and you want to get in the vehicle with them when they're swerving like that and everything. You go ahead, girl. You go do it. But for those of us who said, that wasn't safe and that wasn't smart. And like we said, you all have money. You can have a driver, and in Sag Harbor, you can walk home. Nobody's going to bother you. You can stumble all in the street and walk home and go get your car tomorrow. So no empathy here for Justin. I'm done.
And did you hear, Chris, why y'all in my neighborhood? Did you catch him?
I did.
Diva, that was the only thing he cared about. Is because the media came to his little bubble of the world.
Sandy 2 says if only Justin would have cap for Janet the way Gail is capping for him. I'm trying to tell you. Thank you for the super chat, Sandy 2 cents. I appreciate you. Where am I at? Who am I up to? E, you're up.
You know, I'm convinced, and I was going to say this during the last story, that the laws in this country were made for poor Black people. And if you missed it, I cannot break it down any lower than it already is. You know, I love that Gayle King and that Black man who was sitting there at the table with all those other non-Black people were breaking their shoulders, trying to reach and pull a defense for Justin Timberlake so hard. You have all of this camaraderie for this non-Black man, but the white man wanted to emphasize that the offense is alleged, because this was the spin, because they want you to have this reasonable doubt that this is not even true. And similar to what Leo said, when Diddy's charges came out, I never heard them emphasize more than once that it is alleged or allegedly, or it may not be true. So this is the direction that our country is going in, because you know who is on the bill. But even before that, this is the way it was. And this is the way that it's going to be even more so for our Black celebs. Our Black celebs are guilty until proven innocent, and our white celebs are innocent until proven guilty. And people always say, why do I talk about color? Well, here it is. Didn't Cuomo bring up color without saying a color? The man clearly was talking about color because he brought up Travis Scott and Travis Scott's legal issues in comparison to Justin Timberlake's. Travis Scott is Black. Justin Timberlake is white. It's very subtle, but people who comprehend above the 7th grade level, we caught it. He said Travis Scott is known for having legal issues and being in trouble. Justin is not. Why is that? Why are we always covering up for the white man with the blue eyes and the sandy blonde hair? So we have to pick and choose the stories we highlight more carefully. That was a warning to Harvey from Cuomo. That's the way it sounded to me. And when Cuomo said that the police do their job well and we love them here, I was like, when did that happen? That we love the police and they do their job well. I must have missed that. And then when he said, did he hit someone or did he almost hit someone? Is this even true? Here we go again with this reasonable doubt. And where I almost threw my phone across the room is when he said, is it weird that he did not take a breathalyzer? No, I could not believe that he would say that on television as a public servant. That is irresponsible. And someone who has had a career in politics. How dare you? And
He's a lawyer.
I hope that, thank you, Wayne, as an attorney, I hope that every Black person who has a driver's license or a driving permit listening understands that is malarkey. If you are pulled over under the suspicion of driving under the influence and you refuse a breathalyzer, your ass is going to jail. And your license will be suspended for 6 months automatically. It's called implied consent. And under the law, it is implied that you are guilty of driving under the influence by refusing the breathalyzer. You're nuts. Are you kidding me? I couldn't believe that he said that it was not weird that he refused that it was going off in my mind like alarms. And then when he tried to compare it to losing weight, when you're trying to lose weight, you have to look at your habits everywhere. Cuomo, you need to shut up. Like, that whole thing was blasphemous. And I know Harvey, as an attorney as well, was just taking all of this, and it was so many things that needed to be broken down. But clearly there's a magician here. Cuomo is doing the hocus pocus. And for everybody who likes Justin, they're going to stick up for Justin. But this is why I say the laws in this country are for poor Black people. Because if Justin's license is not suspended for 6 months and he doesn't have to pay that fine of $500 or wherever it is, whatever that fine is, then you already know that he's getting special treatment because of his celebrity status and or because of the color of his skin and his blue eyes.
Woo! Sandy 2 cents. Thank you, E. Sandy 2 cents. Them acting as if drunk driving is no big deal is offensive, very, to everyone, especially to those of us who have lost loved ones to drunk drivers. And Sandy 2 cents, I agree with you wholeheartedly. Now, I know you told me how to pronounce this. P. Dizzle. That's how I'm going to pronounce it. I hope I'm correct. Thank you so much for the super chat. Let's be real. This is not his first time he's been drunk driving. You better talk about it. How about this? I didn't even pull up the article because there was so many articles on this. The cop that actually ended up pulling her over again and arresting him, and this is not alleged, he had told him before that he pulled him over and told him you should not be driving.
Gave him a break.
Come on now, Wayne. Did you read that? And he still kept driving, got behind the wheel. That's that privilege nonsense. You got a warning because that's what they do over there in Sag Harbor. Oh, you one of us? Okay, and you, Justin Timberlake, I'm going to give you a warning. But God bless the cop who really did his job and said, okay, this fool's still driving. I got to stop him now before he killed one of us. Because they wouldn't have stopped him if he was over there in Harlem. But that man said, let me take this fool in before he killed one of us. Let's be real. This wasn't the first time he's been drunk driving. This is the first time he got caught drunk driving. Actually, the second, allegedly. You only get to hit someone once to hurt somebody or unallow them. Then what? Then what? His story could be different right now. Did I read this one already? I'm sorry. Sandy 2 said, if only oh yeah, I did. Okay, yeah. So just a hot mess. Where am I? Julius, you're up.
Didn't someone in her book say that he was Hollywood's golden boy? And she didn't want to tarnish the image of Hollywood's golden boy. I wonder who that is. And he dragged her through the mud like she was some you know what. But look what happened now. We see why she didn't share her side of the story. Because all the establishment is sticking up for the Hollywood golden boy like he did not do any wrong. Now, as my elder, Miss Felicia says, I'm going to be consistent. I'm going to be consistent on my point. I dragged Tiffany Haddish when she did this. Yes, I did. And I'm dragging Justin. They are both foolish. One was asleep behind the wheel. One was rolling around like, what you finna do? Foolish. They both shouldn't be driving. They both shouldn't be driving. But like I just said, one is Hollywood's golden boy who gets away with everything. No, I'm going to say who said that. Thank you, Brittany. Thank you for speaking. Because you took the cap off of the Hollywood golden boy's image. Finally. And like that comment that said, this is not his first time. Not his second. I'm pretty sure he drove drunk multiple times. But he was always able to get away from it. Not anymore. And he can go elsewhere. I had a tough week. Boy, like your song said, cry me a river. Bye.
Thank you, Julius. Wayne, you're up.
You know, these superstars, it needs to be put out there. People need to see it. These people have followed these superstars, some of them since they were children, and have grown up with these people and always saw these people in a perfect light. Okay? Now they need to see that these people are regular. They just like you. They make mistakes. And they should be no different than if Joe Blow did the same thing. People need to know. You paying their salary. Okay? Nobody's make you buy the records, but you support them. You support the actors. I don't care who they are. Even politicians. You know, we support these people. Okay? And if you're living a lie like that, then we need to know. Just like up there where that, I know some of y'all may not remember, Chappaquiddick, when Ted Kennedy had that little incident up there, and they wanted to keep it hush-hush because he was a Kennedy. How many of y'all remember that? They wanted to keep it hush-hush because the Kennedys were everything. They was America's family. Okay, so they need to blast these people. Like Opinion said, they need to let them know that these people aren't perfect. Don't set them up as idols and have them living a life you think they live that you can't attain. So Justin need to go on, get what's coming to him, and keep on going. The more you talk about it, the more it's going to mess you up. And if you come out of a club, I had a friend who came out of the club. He had just drank a beer, sipped on a beer. He drove off in his Volkswagen, and one of the tail lights was out, and he got stopped. He wasn't drunk, but the freshness of the alcohol was on his mouth. He got a DUI. And if anybody knows, I've never had one, but it costs a whole lot of money. They make you go through classes and all this kind of everything for a DUI. And he wasn't drunk. But do you think if they put the breathalyzer on him, it's not going to blow like to the ceilings? But that's what they got him on. He didn't get a break like Justin Timberlake. He didn't get a thing. He said, well, you know, sir, I just walked out the club. I just had a sip. He didn't get a break like that. He got the DUI. He got the classes. I had to pay all the money. But I bet Justin Timberlake gonna make all them concerts.
I appreciate you, Wayne. Thank you so much. Sebastian, you're up.
Well, this is atrocious. I don't play lightly with DUIs. DUIs, DWIs, or whatever that you're doing and you're driving and that makes you impaired. I don't play with these games. And Justin Timberlake should absolutely face the consequences. But the reality is the consequences for these things are very minor in the state of New York. New York is very lenient with people getting DUIs and DWIs. He's probably not going to go through a lot. He's probably just going to pay a fine and that's it. That's the reality of this of the state. That's the reality of living in the state of New York. I know southern states are more harsher with DUIs and DWIs, but not New York. Chris Cuomo brought up an interesting point. He could have swayed me into his favor, but he failed to after certain things. He did say something that made sense. Why is it? It's not just, but for me personally, I'm not saying it just for Justin Timberlake. I'm also saying it for Tiffany Haddish and all these people. We don't cover DUIs on the news all the time. We don't. We honestly don't. This is a truth. We don't. That is true. I don't like JT, so I'm not making excuses for him, but this behavior is completely reckless, and many people could have been victims in Sag Harbor with him driving while intoxicated, which is worse. So many bad things could have happened, and they should have never given him a pass. That first police officer should have never given him a pass, ever. And I think actually people have revealed that first police officer.
He's one and the same. The guy is one and the same from what I read. It's one and the same. He told him not to drive. And then he caught him driving and swerving and running through stop signs.
Right. And I personally believe this. DUI laws need to be strengthened and need to be stronger nationwide. I personally believe if you get a DUI or DWI, you need to lose your license for up to a year. You need to lose your license up to a year and sit in a class every month for 5 hours talking about how many times people have been unalived due to people driving under and while intoxicated. It is completely horrible. And Sag Harbor is a very small town, I believe. It's not that huge. So many crazy things could have happened. And it's the summertime. Everyone's there. I'm honestly, thank God no one got hurt. Thank God. And also, Chris Cuomo, I want to let you know this. It's the Tappan Zee Bridge, Chris Cuomo. It will never be the Mario Cuomo Bridge. That's it.
Tay, you're up.
We're going to call him Goldilocks. Not the going boy, Goldilocks. That's his new nickname right there. Justice, you should call the cab. Why not hire your driver or have your friend pick you up? Just like what's that girl that we talk about, Diva? The one that crashed her car when she was that same feature. She like Goldilocks right here.
You talking about Tiffany Haddish?
No, the one that what's that Potomac?
The name is slipping my mind right now, but I know you're talking about Karen Huger.
Yes, ma'am. You just like her.
Mm-hmm.
You should call 911 to get somebody get you a ride, Justice. I guess Diva, when Britney her book came out, they hunt his wife too. That's probably why. That's all. And, oh wait, and that woman too. Night, hush, sip it, keep your mouth closed. Oh, bro, come get your best friend here. Keep her out of the internet, please. And she come in the wrong place at the wrong time for that right there. That's all, Diva.
I appreciate you, Tay. Katrina, you're up.
Yeah. The thing is, it always move. The goalposts always move when it's white and black. You have Justin Timberlake that was drinking when he was on a patio and touching some other woman's leg when he was intoxicated. You had him leaving wherever he was leaving, the club, the bar, whatever. You had him leaving. What if he would have ran that? Well, he did run the stop sign, but what if he would have ran that stop sign and somebody was in the road or somebody was coming across the road? Then what would have happened? He wouldn't have been liable. The person that served him the alcohol and let him walk out there would have been liable. Because anytime you leave a bar and you're intoxicated to the point where you can't drive, that bar is responsible for you, even though that his friend said that he guzzled down his drink. And for the police officer let him go from the first time, now come on, like Wayne said, there's no way if we was black we would ever got that chance. And I'm not doing a black and white thing. I'm just doing a thing that people should know. It's a reality thing. We would have never got that chance. And they claimed they didn't know who he was. He said the boy didn't know, the police officer didn't know who he was. Be for real. When you ran his lights and you seen Justin Timberlake, there's no possible way you don't know who Justin Timberlake is. I don't care how old you are. And then, like we said with Janet Jackson, yes, Janet Jackson got the bunt of the regression when he was the one that had her, he malfunctioned her outfit or whatsoever. But yet still, she couldn't do the Super Bowl no more. But there he is performing the Super Bowl and doing a celebration to Prince. So make sense. Like I said, they get away with a lot of stuff that we don't get away with. Gayle King need to be quiet and worry about them wigs and just let everything else go because, girl, you're not making no sense. And Como, you're not no better. And we used to go up for you, but now you showing your tail. That's all I got, Diva.
I appreciate you. Sebastian, you want to say something?
Gayle King needs to be quiet. She's an atrocity to society out here trying to condone DUIs. Gayle King needs to sit down. At her age, she should retire. Bye, Gayle.
I don't think she has to retire, but she needs to stand in her truth. I mean, because she was one of the ones too that what do you call it? That was, reported on Tiffany Haddish. She gave Tiffany Haddish no grace. None whatsoever. But yet with him, it's like, he would never like this, that, and the other. He's a good guy. I mean, everybody's good. But let me share screen and we're going to go right into this last story. Let me just make sure I have the right screen up. No, I think it's this one. Okay, let me share. The sound will come in a few seconds.
No, he can punch me. Everything for no reason. Right, no. Let him fucking go. Let him fucking go. Let him fucking go. Let him fucking go.
That's a cop.
And that's on me. Shit. No, I didn't. I don't punch niggas.
Ma'am,
Take me where you want to take me.
I can't take
No,
you. I don't
take
have any
me.
identification on
And
me.
I don't care. You don't need the identification. You have
I
locked
do.
people up and you have picked up dead bodies when you don't know who bodies it was,
Ma'am.
but you picked them up.
Ma'am,
Take me where you need to take me.
I'm trying to.
No, take me where you need to take me immediately, expeditiously.
And you have prevented
Take me. I could give a damn. Take me where you want to
So
take me.
how do you want me to take you somewhere
now?
expeditiously?
Now. Take me where you want to take me. Take me where you need to go, sir.
I can't.
Harassment.
I can't.
This is harassment.
You don't want to provide a name.
Run me into
You can't provide a name.
like a pod, cell, or take me where you need to take me. I will get a fingerprint and they can find out who I am.
That's not how it works. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. That's not how it works.
Stop playing with me and harass me.
That's not how it works.
It will work like that, I promise.
I need a name and date of birth.
No.
All right, then
You should have known that when you harassed
we're gonna
me.
sit here then.
Freeman. Don't play with me. Play with your mama.
What's your first and last name?
Play with somebody else, Freeman. You can Google me and find me anywhere in America.
I mean, what's your name?
Find somebody else.
So I can Google you.
Call somebody.
So are you gonna give me your
I
other finger
told
or
him who to
not?
call and to ask him who I was.
Are you gonna give me your finger
I
or
told
not?
him to call. I said no.
Okay.
Because that's
But what? I wasn't cuffed. I wasn't when it needed to. Shut the fuck up. You look like a nigga who was trying to get somebody before and I never let you. Relax. Shut the fuck up. And stop touching me. Yeah, stop touching me. Get the fuck off of me. Stop touching. I got it. I can walk on my own. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. I got it. I can walk on my own. Don't touch me.
Now, which one are you saying is too tight, ma'am? Because it's moving. This one?
This one?
Okay. Actually, I can't get it from here. How does that feel? You have small wrists, so
I know I do. I don't supposed to be in handcuffs.
You said you shouldn't be in
No.
handcuffs? Okay.
But when people. So what's my charges now? You said I was charged with a felony. What's the felony? You didn't tell me that.
Misdemeanor.
What's that?
This is the.
How many charges is it, sir? Because they went from 1 to.
I told you obstruction and simple battery.
Obstruction. You said felony obstruction?
Yeah.
What is felony obstruction?
It's the same thing I just said. You struck the officer.
Now, the footage they had is so long, they chopped it up into that particular piece. I'm going to show you another piece. Just give me a minute. She a judge, though. Thank you so much for the super chat. It was very telling when he asked Janet Jackson to do another Super Bowl. She declined without hesitation. He does dirty stuff, but has people to help him hide his hands. Absolutely. And he didn't even ask for this particular help. They just gave him the help, okay? They just came windmilling for him, just because. So let me just play another clip from this particular judge and what happened. I think this is the other one I want to show. Hold on 1 second. Let me just make sure I find the right footage that I want to show. I think this is it. Let me share the screen. I should X out of some of these so I know what I'm showing here. I think this is the one. How long is this one?
Also following breaking news in Atlanta tonight, APD has just released body cam video of the incident that led to the arrest of Douglas County Probate Judge Christina Peterson.
On its Facebook page, police say in the moment, Peterson forcibly pushed an officer in the chest as he tried to assist security by escorting a woman out of the Red Martini restaurant and lounge Thursday morning. But the original arrest warrant says Peterson struck the officer with a, quote, closed fist.
APD says that officer was working an approved extra job at the time. Later in the video, Peterson appears to refuse to provide her name to the officer on several occasions. Peterson is charged with felony obstruction and simple battery of a police officer.
But earlier today, Peterson's lawyer told Fox 5 she was trying to help the woman you saw in the body cam video. He says Alexandria Love had been attacked. This is video one of the witnesses recorded of Peterson on the ground being detained by officers.
Love says a man attacked her in the line for a food truck. Judge Peterson was in tears today as a witness spoke in her defense.
I see this person just flying by me, and I didn't know who she was, but I just know she helped my friend, and if she hadn't helped, I don't know what we would be saying today.
Peterson's attorney is asking police to find and arrest the man who they say attacked Alexandria Love. They're also urging Fulton County DA Fonnie Willis to personally review the case and dismiss all charges.
Okay. Hold on one second.
Indecisive about the vibe of your wedding? Zazzle is the one-stop shop for every wedding theme imaginable. No matter what your theme or color scheme is, Zazzle can personalize all of the elements of your wedding so that everything is cohesive. From invitations to signage, programs, guest favors, and so much more. With Zazzle, designing the wedding of your dreams is a breeze. Check it out today.
Now, eyewitnesses say Peterson is innocent. Fox 5's Deidre Dukes is live for us, where supporters held a news conference. Deidre, they are calling her a good Samaritan for this.
That's right. They consider her, Eric, a hero. Now, they say that she rushed to help a woman who was being viciously attacked outside that lounge early Thursday morning. They say she should have never been charged.
Someone was arrested for simply helping my friend.
Douglas County Probate Court Judge Christina Peterson wiped away tears as witnesses came to her defense. She was booked into the Fulton County Jail, charged with felony obstruction and simple battery of a police officer, following her arrest at the Red Martini restaurant and lounge in Buckhead Thursday morning. This is video one of the witnesses recorded of Peterson on the ground being detained by officers. A preliminary police report obtained by Fox 5 says she, quote, appeared to be under the influence when she hit and allowed a police officer over the head.
No matter what your theme or color scheme is, Zazzle can personalize all of the elements of your wedding so that everything is cohesive.
And if she hadn't helped,
invitations to signage, programs, guest favors, and so much
Witnesses
more.
Madison Shannon
With Zazzle,
Kelly and
designing the wedding
Alexandria
of your
Love
dreams is a
insist the
breeze.
judge did
Check
nothing
it out
wrong.
today.
They say Judge Peterson tried to defend Love from a vicious attack after an unidentified man accused her of cutting in front of him in a food truck line and then began assaulting her.
He vicious attacked me, fist force, punched me in my face, and she was the only one that helped me.
Before her arrest, Peterson had been expecting a decision this month from the Georgia Supreme Court on whether to remove her from office after a Judicial Qualifications Commission panel found her.
Hold on, guys.
Actually, a good Samaritan in this circumstance. Deidre?
I'm sorry. Another one was playing in the background, and I know y'all couldn't hear. I'm sorry.
Guilty of systemic incompetence. The judge is finishing up her term after losing her re-election bid. Her supporters insist Peterson accidentally hit the officer and should never have been charged. Her attorney is demanding to see the video from Red Martini, neighboring businesses, and footage from police body cameras.
Based on the eyewitness testimony and the female victim, we believe the videos will confirm that Judge Peterson should not have been arrested.
Now, Peterson's attorney says that that man who attacked Love left the scene. He has not been identified. They're also looking for that man. They say he should face charges. They also want all charges against Peterson dropped. The attorney asking that Fonnie Willis, DA Fonnie Willis, actually handle this case herself and dismiss all charges. In Southwest Atlanta, Deidre Dukes, Fox 5 News.
Yeah, it'll be very interesting what the police body camera shows. Deidre, thanks so much. We do have breaking news to get to.
I'm sorry. I hope you heard most of the case. Pretty much, you know what? She was drunk. She got into a scuffle. She allegedly put her hands on a cop. She got arrested. And now she wants all charges dropped because it wasn't even her fight to be in. It was somebody else's, and she claims she was trying to help the other young lady. Leo, what are your thoughts?
Diva, skip me on this one. I apologize.
Okay, it's fine. In my opinion, your thoughts?
She one of them simple, stupid, and slow ones. Okay, don't butt in something you ain't got no balls in you. And then here's the thing: she was acting so inappropriate. Had she talked to them officers with some sense, I think they would have listened to her. But she came out there acting like a gutter rat, and she got what she got.
I appreciate you. Felicia, you're up.
Well, Diva, I guess I must say welcome back again. It's been a bad night for the Black women here with you. I don't know what happened on your trip. What happened? Tell us what happened to you. It's been one bad story about the sisters. 1, 2, and 3. I thought 1 was a little ragged. Okay. Then we roll into 2, and now we here at 3, and we are in the gutter. We're rolling on concrete. We're fighting law enforcement. You know, some months ago, many months ago, and many of your new subscribers didn't see it, but you were kind enough to run us some footage of some revelers up in upstate New York coming out of a wedding. And they got into a knockdown drag with law enforcement. I mean, them people were fighting and kicking and slugging, and nobody got arrested. Nobody got locked up, and that was wrong. And what happened here is wrong too. I don't know who this assailant is that got away. I do know a little bit more here, according to, because I did watch that, what was it, 4 hours of this whole thing when she was picked up. The off-duty police officer did not intervene when this man was being vicious to this woman in the club. So this spilled out from the club to this food truck, and it got all out of hand. And Judge Peterson was totally not cooperating the entire 3 hours that they had her. She would not give her name. She would not give any information. She kept telling them to call people and throwing out names. And it's just unfortunate. I hate to see anybody in this situation. So I think that the charges are going to get dropped. She wasn't reelected, so her term is going to be over. And these 50 judicial misconduct charges were reduced to 20 that are being investigated. She's probably going to be found guilty on maybe a good 10 of them, because there's some really mean things that she's done. But maybe she, along with Justin, will go and get some treatment and get some help and turn their lives around. In the meantime, for the sisters who are pretty much like me, I agree with the chat. Dial 911. Stop going in and wanting to physically take these people on, or getting on your podium and defending the folks who shouldn't be defended. And be consistent, for God's sake. You can have a friend, and your friend can be wrong, and you can still love your friend. You don't have to stop loving your friend because they did something that was less than honorable.
Facts.
This is a bit much, Diva. I don't know what happened. I'm sorry about what happened. I don't know if you was roughed up there in the TA when they were checking your luggage. Whatever it was, we sorry about what happened. Okay, I'm done.
You're up.
You know, I have a heart for this judge because the woman who was one of the witnesses said that she was attacked by a man, and the judge was one of the only people to step in and intervene. And I think that should count for something, because we already know Black women are the most protected, and there's a Black woman being handled by some man. And despite there being other men there, none of them stepped in to intervene. It took this Black woman to do so. And I hear some people when they say, oh, wait, let the police handle it. Sometimes the police take too long to get there. We don't know what another second or what another minute would have done. So I think that should go for something. And when looking at the videotape, what I saw was a bunch of commotion. And when people have that much when it's that much heightened energy and excitement going on, and somebody feels you grabbing on them, I feel like that's a natural instinct to kind of push that arm away. So I don't think that's any big deal. I feel like if the police officer went through training and if they worked their badge, they've experienced worse. I don't think she intentionally pushed them with malice to say, I'm going to hurt you. She wasn't even looking at him. And so the only part where I feel like she could have done better was with giving the information, because you do have to provide your name and your date of birth. They do have to be able to identify you. So the only thing that I can kind of rationalize that is maybe she had a few margaritas or so.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe it's possible.
She had to feel something. Listen, as a judge, if she didn't know how to use her words with the cops, once in that particular situation, then I gotta say shame on her. But Julius, you're up.
She is supposed to be a representative of the court.
Come on now.
A representative of the court. Now, there was this reality show a couple of years ago, and someone who was on there, I believe was a bailiff or something, and she started the tussling, the fighting with somebody, and she's like, oh, and her mother took her. It was a show about mothers and daughters, and her mother took her. Like, if you don't cut it out right now, you are a representative of the court. She got into another fight with somebody. She stopped herself. She's like, I can't be doing this because I'm a representative of the court. She made that situation a heck of a lot worse.
Come on now.
She could have just said, officers, I was trying to intervene because this gentleman, and the first thing that law enforcement does when they come on the scene, they ask what happened. Now, if she had the foresight to realize that she was still a representative of the court, she could have just said, officers, my name is Judge so-and-so, and I've seen this gentleman here attack this young lady. I'm trying to step in to break it up. Can you please assist me?
Right.
It could have gone a whole total different way. But nah, she decided to be the get down with the gash down and be delusional with the fool. I see why she wasn't reelected. Girl. Quit being ratchet out here. Us Black folk, we don't reach that totem pole way too often. You got to that totem pole and you abuse it, you a dang fool. I'm done.
Appreciate you. Wayne, you're up.
Y'all ain't gonna like this, but she acted away because she's from the streets. That just came out.
Mr. Wayne.
That just came. It came back. It came out of her. She was for the streets, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but the street came out in her. She jumped in something, which made another woman could have done the same thing. Her little margarita or whatever she was drinking gave her, some guts to do what she did, to jump in and help defend this woman. But that only action comes from the street. Could you see Opinion jumping in doing something like that? Could you see E jumping in, even if she had a drink, doing something like that? No.
Yes, I would. I have done it before.
E, okay, I'm trying to prove a point. I'm just saying, this woman was from the streets. And I bet she was a prosecutor before she became a judge. But I'm not saying that's, she was, like E said, she was the only one that came to this woman's defense. And the girl said the man punched her in the face. I mean, it'd be kind of hard for somebody not to do something, but somebody from the streets would boom, they're going to be on it. And I thought in the article you just put on there that Fonnie Willis already exonerated her. Dropped all the charges.
I have to go back and double check that, Wayne. I don't recall seeing that.
Go back. I almost swear she said that. They said Fonnie Willis has dropped the charges.
No, they said they want Fonnie to review the case, and they want Fonnie to drop the charges, but she hasn't done it yet.
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought they said that she did. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Either way, you got it right. She's for the streets. P. Dizzle, thank you so much for the super chat. I'm all for the judge. She has the right to be at any club to have a good time. If she was standing up for her sister, more power to her, because clearly no one else was standing up for her. E is right. Well, she went to jail. The mystery man got away. The mystery man got away. So what she should have did as a judge, she should have had more understanding is once the proper authorities was there to say, hey, police officer, I know what this looks like, but let me tell you what happened. I was helping her. This man punched her in the face. He's getting away. Can you go get her? Not use your hands and put your hands on the popo. Where they do that at? She for the streets. Wig fell off. And then, you know what? If I give her a pass for the first part, when she was in the police car handcuffed, she acted a whole fool talking about Google me. Well, how can I Google you if I don't even know who I'm Googling with a face recognition Google? Come on now. Sebastian.
Diva, she just found out she lost the election, Diva. Have a heart. She was having a drink. It was off hours.
I don't care if she just found out she lost her election. She knows better. She's still a judge right now.
She got caught up, and now she crying. Now she crying. The alcohol was talking. That alcohol sure was talking, and she got herself caught up. And now I know she's embarrassed about that footage. Back there with a stocking cap on, wig off,
boobs out.
Don't touch. Go ahead, Sebastian, because I'm in overtime. Go ahead, Sebastian.
Listen. I'm going to say some stuff, and I know the comments, you're going to get some emails. This is why I say certain ghetto ratchet people should not be allowed to represent us. Mm-hmm. And if they are elected, that means, therefore, that their people, ghetto ratchet people, etc., want them to be there. Because she's elected. She's a representative of her community as a judge. And this is what I can clearly tell that comes from her community. Well, thank God they opened their eyes and they realized she was a bad choice and they did not reelect her. You have to be some sort of insane for you to put your hands on a police officer knowing that you know the law. Mm. Oh, God. Mm. I don't know what you were on. Yes, it could have been some margaritas. Yes, it could have probably been other substances. God knows what. You put your hand acting like a whole fool out here in the police car saying, Google me, Google me. How are we supposed to find who you are? How are we supposed to find who you are? Mm. I'm so glad you're not here. And this is Christina Peterson. I don't even think she and Fonnie they're not in the same county, but what the crime happened in the county that Fonny's in. So this is a whole I'm sorry. We need to have decorum. And you know what? Bring back shame. Because I feel as if people have no shame anymore. No shame at all for any of their actions. Bring back shame. Bring back fear so people could fear what is going to happen when they do certain actions. We've normalized too many goddamn behaviors and actions out in these streets that people are completely okay with a judge. Yes, she can party and all, but she can't be getting all drunk and putting herself into battles that don't concern her. Actually, your job as a judge is to be impartial. You should have never gotten into any fight.
You better talk.
Your job as a judge is to be impartial.
Say it,
So
Sebastian.
what? He quote unquote punched a woman in her face. Did that come in front of your bench? No, it did not. So shut up and sit down and tell the officer who are you? And now this is why you should definitely get some charges. She was witnessing a crime in progress. Well, she was witnessing a crime in progress and she committed one while witnessing it.
You spoke, Sebastian. We have connected tonight on this story. Q, thank you for the super chat. And Q, I understand what you're saying. And I think Leo, let me drop you down for a second because your camera's not usually on. I don't know what's going on. I don't want you to make a mistake here. So fix it and I'll bring you back up. Because I know your camera, you usually have it off. So Q, I want to say this. Okay, hold on one second, guys. I want to say this, Q. I understand what you're saying, right? And I think I'm trying to find some experts that are willing to come up and talk about this situation because it's a very serious situation. So she said, I'm not from the streets, but I am the daughter of a DV survivor. I have jumped in stuff like that and would do it again. Wish someone had done the same for my mama. I want to say this. There's a story out there, and it's a recent story, and I debated on doing it. But I sometimes some stuff just rubs my soul so much. I'm like, all right, I'm not ready to do this yet. It's very unfortunate from what I remember, because I read a lot of stories every day. So, but this young kid, he jumped in to help his mother, and it was his father. And I think the father recently got out of jail. Or if the father didn't recently get out of jail, the mother recently had a restraining order against the father. It was something to that degree. The little kid jumped in because the dad was, bothering the mom, DVing the mom. And so the mom told her son, she said, get out of here and go next door. And he said, I'm not leaving you, Mom. Well, the dad ended up unaliving the little boy. And then if I'm remembering correctly, the dad unalived himself afterwards. But this young kid lost his life trying to save his mom. So I really want to get an expert on this DV situation because it's very serious. And I want to say, honestly, I understand what everyone's saying, but in order to keep yourself safe in any of these situations, the best thing you can do is dial 911, because what you don't want is you trying to save somebody and then you get unalived. Thank you, Charlene. You know the story. Thank you for the super chat, Q, and I do understand what you're saying. Thank you, Charlene. Yes, the kid was 8 years old. The story was so sad and it was heart-wrenching. And I didn't, I couldn't do it because it was just so hard. AE, I get it. You said I am my sister's keeper. I do get it, but I want to bring this into real time with the people in the chat and everyone, and I'm in mad overtime. This is crazy. That it's best to call 911, but I will see if I can find an expert that is willing to come and talk to us to tell us all how to maybe perhaps protect ourselves if we find ourselves in a situation. So it's hard to think straight when it's happening. No, I understand it. That's why I'm treading lightly. I'm definitely not. Yeah, and I know you hear where I'm coming from. I know you do. And I really want to bring an expert in on this situation because that young boy's story broke my heart because he said specifically to his mom, I'm going to save you. And he lost his life. My screen shifted somewhat. Sebastian, I came to you already, right?
Yes, you did.
Tay, you're up. I don't think I came to you.
We better hope she won't lose her license, because you are the law. You are the judge of the law. And you should know better. Not approach an officer like that. You should say, I am just my whole name, like that right there. Then we will have no problem with that. That's all, Diva.
You better talk, Tay, and that's all. And that's some good stuff you said. Katrina, you're up.
Yes. I get her trying to defend somebody. She had that liquid courage in her.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing of it was, what if that person would have K'd her or hit her in a way that she couldn't respond? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then the thing with like you said, she should let the police know who I am, what just happened. And I don't think it would have got to the degree that it got to for her to lose a wig, barefoot, walking in a nasty jail. It would probably when it got there. And then you're not telling the people your name. Maybe you would have told him your name. Maybe he would have just gave you a citation or something like that and just said that we can settle this, in another way. I just give you a ticket, you just come to court or whatever. But she went the wrong route around that part. That's the thing that got her. Yeah, I can see her helping another woman. I'm not saying that because nobody else was standing up to help this woman, and I understand that. But she could have did it in a way that she would end up hurting herself. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So she did the right thing, but she did it at the wrong time. And then you didn't tell these people who you were, and maybe you wouldn't have went through everything that you went through if you would have just let the police know I'm this judge and whatsoever. And then by her being a judge, she didn't know the felonies and all that type of stuff. Was she just kidding with him? Because she said she didn't know what that felony was. What do that mean? And I'm like, you a judge? But either way, maybe Fannie would dismiss her case or whatsoever, and maybe she can get justice. But the thing of it is, just because you're a judge doesn't mean that you can't get punished because you did something that you shouldn't have did yourself. Just like that man was hitting that woman, you was hitting somebody yourself, so you was doing the same thing. You was doing an assault. So either way, we can't put just because she's a judge doesn't mean that she can't be punished. Like we got our president, well, ex-president. He did some things that he should be punished. Just because he was the ex-president doesn't mean he shouldn't be punished because of the things that he did. He should get away with it. No, that's all I got, Diva.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so I'm gonna roll into the feel good story. It's a good one, but just in case y'all want to read this story, so this is the young boy. He was 8. Mommy, I'm not leaving you, he said, because she asked him. She said, please go next door or please leave, and he didn't leave, and the father ended up taking his life. Very, very sad story. I just couldn't bring myself to do it because it was just a lot. And besides that too, though, I really want to get an expert to talk to us in regards to that DB situation, because we heard a lot of it with Diddy and so many others that are currently being sued for similar situations. So let me roll into this feel good story. I hope I didn't delete. I didn't close it out. I didn't.
We are very excited because we're announcing that David is debuting his new series, Beg Knows America. This is exclusively, of course, on CBS Mornings, and David is here to tell us what we can expect from the series and what's up first today. David, good morning to you. I'm very excited. You got a little play on words in the title. Tell us how it came about.
Tony D, it was a viewer, actually. Gail was tossing to a Beg Knows story 3 months ago and said, hey, we need a name for this series. Y'all send us some suggestions. And somebody wrote, what about Beg Knows America? Beg Knows America. There you go. It became the series name. So about this series, y'all know we love to find the heart in every story, and we're going to continue to do that. We're going to find the heroes in everyday people, and we're going to show you that there is good news in the news. Every Monday, you can count on us to make you smile or maybe cry, starting right now. Let's go to North Carolina for a day that made 2 dreams come true for an 11-year-old boy.
There's the man. Hi, Quentin. Nice to meet you.
We met Quentin Hines Jr. at his family's home in Charlotte, North Carolina.
So you're 11 years old.
Yes.
And you got a professional lawn care business.
Yes.
When did you start cutting yards?
I started cutting yards probably when I was about 8 years old. But with my dad, it was probably around, like, ever since I could walk.
Really?
Yes.
He went from observer to operator pretty quick. He started mowing his neighbors' lawns for free. That was when he was 8.
How much do you love to cut grass?
I really, really love it. I really love it.
What do you love about it?
Like, I really enjoy it. It will make me feel very, like, soothed.
Man, I used to love cutting grass when I was a kid, but I had to stop because of my allergies.
Yeah, I have allergies, actually, but I take, like, a little...
Wait a minute! You just beat me!
Oh, I did.
See, this is why we can't play during an interview. I just lost! This is unbelievable.
2 years ago, Quentin turned his passion into QJ's professional lawn care business. He gets new clients the old-fashioned way, door knocking.
I expect probably nothing but great things in the future for him.
That's what I'm predicting.
And from his Instagram account, which his mom runs.
Make sure you have eye protection and ear protection.
This summer, he is trying to expand his business by recruiting some of his fellow 5th graders.
Try to, like, keep it straight all the way down.
Look, this is serious business.
You see how you missed a few spots? Just, like, once you finish done with the yard, just go back and do those again.
His standards were set by his parents, Shirley and Quentin Sr., who works for Junior.
So y'all are like a team?
Yes.
Okay, so it's you and him.
Yeah, sometimes my mom, yeah.
Is he a good worker?
Sometimes.
All right, sometimes it's better than nothing.
Yes,
sometimes
yes.
it's better. What's the biggest problem you have with your only employee?
He takes a lot of breaks.
Oh, he takes a lot of breaks?
Yes.
Oh, you got to fix that.
There are few breaks for Quentin. School during the week, and lawn mowing on the weekends.
I heard you have some dreams about working at the airport.
So, like, ever since I was younger, I always wanted to get a contract with the Charlotte airport. And, like, sometimes when I would go out there, they would have the mowers out there. So I would, like, stick there for a while. My parents would say, it's time to go. But I would say just a few more minutes because I would, like, want to watch them cut the grass.
So we took him back to that spot.
I got a surprise for you.
What is
it? He looks stunned as airport officials drove him and his parents onto the tarmac for a day created just for him.
Look at the side. Oh my gosh.
What you think, man? Look at that. Welcome to Charlotte, Quentin.
My name is Larry.
All right.
And what I am, I'm one of the airfield maintenance crew chiefs. Okay. What I do, I'm over all the mowing out here. So I hear that you like mowing.
Yes, I do.
Mind being part of my crew today?
Yes.
Oh, well, I got a little stuff for you. You're going to be part of the airfield maintenance crew team for today.
All right.
I'm going to introduce you to some of the guys here.
All right.
For more than an hour in the blazing sun of a summer day, Quentin was living his dream.
I'm speechless. Speechless when I know when he was 4 how he would look at this tractor here from the picture and say, I'm going to get that contract. I'm going to cut the grass at the airport, and today being the day. Man, I just don't have anything else to say.
It's a great day. It's a great day, and we're not done yet.
I can't take no more.
One surprise down, and one more to go. We let Quentin cool off, and then told him and his parents, hey, we have a driver waiting for you outside.
Y'all thought we were done.
Quentin had told us about another dream, to work on the grounds crew for a professional sports team.
Hello, Quentin. How are you, son?
Good.
Good, good.
So, when in Charlotte, you call the Carolina Panthers.
What in the world?
And boy, did they come ready to play.
I'm the director of sports fields and grounds here for the Carolina Panthers. We're happy to have you. You want to be part of the grounds crew today?
Yes.
Yeah? Awesome.
Did you see it?
Yeah, look at these pictures, man. Look,
Oh, man, son.
Quentin was right back in the action. His presence on the field drew the attention of some NFL players.
Quentin's on the grounds crew for the day. Oh, yes, I like that.
He was starstruck, but that didn't stop him from getting to work with the grounds crew.
These are the blades. You gotta keep them nice and sharp.
He was laser focused, a bit of a perfectionist, actually, as the Panthers crew taught him how to prep a football field for practice. Weed eating, painting the lines, and the numbers. Woo, we wore him out. So it seemed like just the right time for one more thing.
You ready?
No,
You're not ready.
I'm not sure yet.
I promise
maybe.
you're not ready.
Okay.
Look up.
Wow.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm good.
What you say? Wow.
Mind blowing.
In that moment, Quentin, who's more comfortable on a lawnmower than in front of a camera, had a lot to say.
This is one of the best experiences I ever had. Now that, like, actually experiencing, like, being able to cut the Charlotte airport's grass, and that's always been my dream. And to actually do that, it just made me, like, very happy. Just being able to experience all of this, now that I know, like, how to do all of this, it makes me very happy.
His ambition is a lesson for dreamers, young or old. Don't you ever stop chasing what you love.
You want some lunch?
Yeah.
Let's go eat. Come on.
Love that dude, Quentin. Our sincerest thanks to the folks at the Charlotte Airport and the Carolina Panthers.
Oh my gosh, David, love that dude is right. He's so serious, but also so thoughtful.
Yeah.
But still a little boy. That's what I like about it. It's so great to see the passion that he has to make those dreams come true.
Yeah.
Wow.
His parents deserve all the credit for laying that groundwork.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You can tell he's raised right. You
He's
can tell
raised
that.
right, exactly right.
Yeah.
He's committed to work. He likes to work. He's organized in the neighborhood, running a business. It was great to make dreams come true for him.
I love him throwing a little shade at Dad. He takes a lot of
No doubt. David, you did it.
Such a great story in a world where everybody is just prepping their kid to be a basketball player, NBA or whatever. Here it is. Look at this kid. I just thought absolutely amazing, and what just a precious story. I'm going to close out, but anybody 60 seconds. Anybody want to say anything about this story? Everybody's good. All right. Thank you, guys. I appreciate y'all for spending Saturday night with me. Okay. Especially since I was gone for a little bit. We did go into overtime, but y'all know the routine. If you didn't hit the like button on the way in, please hit the like button on the way out. I appreciate y'all for being here. Good night and goodbye, everybody.
Do not treat the diva or strike down. Choo choo and pee pee. Thank you.